It is a spectacular Friday afternoon. A little warm in the Pacific Northwest. Game one between the Florida State Seminoles and the number 8 national seed, the Oregon State Beavers. It is rocking at Goss Stadium, Coleman Field, as we look at the bracket. This half of it, all game ones today. North Carolina pounding Arizona earlier today. Right now, Louisville still playing Miami, and we're about to start this Super Regional here in Corvallis between Florida State and Oregon State. The storylines, 2 elite programs meeting here in the Pacific Northwest, as Florida State has appeared in the Super Regionals more than any other college baseball program, and Oregon State, 3 national championships in the last 20 years. Along with former Florida State standout Devin Travis and our ESPN crew, Roxy Bernstein with you. Boy, 2 great programs, elite star power. It's going to be an awesome weekend of baseball.
Yeah, without question. And these are 2 teams that are built to win at the highest level. You think about the starting pitching, they both have it. You think about power bats, the ability to change the game with one swing, they both have it. Rock solid defenses as well. I think this is the blueprint we're going to see of what high-level baseball is supposed to look like.
Speaking of high level, the ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis, leading this offense for Florida State, and just a phenomenal season for the Seminole shortstop.
Yeah, and he's a winner. And you look through college baseball, really at baseball in the greatest scheme, you build around your shortstop, and he's a guy who's hitting .405, 17 home runs, 67 RBIs. He's gotten better and better and better, and that's exactly what you want to see when you look in the stands and see all these scouts. And then on the flip side of things, you got my man Iva Arquette. He's one of the best players in the entire country. And you think about winning, you think about Oregon State. 9 times they have been to the College World Series, 3 national championships. He's the guy in the heartbeat that makes this team go.
The starting pitchers for game one. A little bit of surprise for Florida State. Joey Vellini, who's normally the number 3 starter, making the game 1 start for Link Jarrett and Florida State. Dax Whitney, a freshman, coming off a 12 strikeout performance in elimination game against TCU last weekend. And the Oregon State Beavers, as the Beavs have taken the field, the lineup for Link Jarrett and Florida State. 41-14 overall, swept through the Tallahassee Regional last weekend. A lot of power at the top, and a hot hitter in Miles Bailey, who is on a heater right now for the Noles.
Yeah, he sure is. That ball looks very, very big as it's entering the strike zone, and the numbers tell it. 556 over his last 7 games. How about 17 RBIs to go with those 6 home runs? He's a special freshman.
And speaking of freshmen, for Mitch Canham in Oregon State, Dax Whitney, the 6'5" flamethrower from Blackfoot, Idaho. What a great hometown name. Makes the start, 6-3 for the Beavs this year.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that this guy's just a freshman, and you see him get on the mound, and it's attack, attack, attack. It's a short-arm fastball up to 96 miles per hour, ton of swing and miss up in the zone. The curveball is the pitch for him, and hitters are hitting .089 off this big curveball. Slider changeup as well. He's a freshman with big-time stuff.
Gage Harrelson leads it off for Florida State, and a fastball in there for strike 1. And we are underway. 95 from Dax Whitney. The junior, the transfer from Texas Tech. 335, 5 homers for Gage Harrelson.
Yeah, he's been a sneaky star on this team all year long.
And it's quickly 0-2 on the Florida State right fielder. 3 for 11 at the Tallahassee Regional last weekend for Harrelson. This year tied for 7th to the ACC in runs scored. There's that curveball, and it floats high and away.
Yeah, the curveball is the pitch to left-handed hitters, and it's a pitch that lefties have only gotten 2 hits on this entire season, and 22 strikeouts on that big curveball as well. It's a pitch that he will continue to use throughout the game, has a ton of confidence in it.
Just missed off the outside. Dave Susi calling the balls and strikes, works primarily in the SEC and the Big Ten. Brian Marine, our umpire, at first, Darren Heima at second, and Severo January, umpire, down the line at third. It is Super Regional, and it just missed.
Yeah,
tried to run it in.
Good sign early on for these Noles, and it's the chase rate, and sure, there's some swing and miss, but it's a powerful lineup. Last weekend in that regional, they really controlled the strike zone extremely well. Taking those borderline pitches against good pitchers on the mound is the difference.
Fouled straight back. We'll do it again, but this is something that you and I were talking to Mitch Canham yesterday about it, Devin, is the pitch count gets elevated. And Whitney, at some point, as he matures as a pitcher, will figure out how to minimize its pitch count and work to the count, and he missed with the curveball. And he thought it was strike 3. The catcher for Oregon State, Wilson Weber, was jumping out of the crouch, but Harrelson earns a walk, and that's how this Super Regional begins.
Oh, once again, these are the borderline pitches. Just nasty. Starts up, atop his helmet, drops, probably catches a piece of the zone. But right there, great at bat by Gage Harrelson, setting up the ACC Player of the Year, and Alex Lodis.
405 for Lodis, 17 homers, 67 batted in. Leadoff walk, a runner at first, as Lodis climbs in for Florida State. Strike 1. In addition to being the ACC overall Player of the Year, Lodis also the Defensive Player of the Year in the conference and a Golden Spikes finalist. He has done it all this year.
Yeah, he's a do-it-all guy, and he's a winner, and he's a guy that's just continued to get better and better and better. And a ton of credit to Link Jarrett and the work he's put in throughout his career here.
Dax Whitney misses high. 1-1 on Lodis, who's hit safely in 12 of the last 13 games. He was just 2 for 10, though, at the regional last weekend.
Yeah, and then it was a lot of chase last weekend. It looked like he was moving a little bit tardy. I know a big focus on this week was just getting it going early.
Late on a fastball, elevated from Whitney. 95 from the freshman, 1-2 on Lodis, who's the leading hitter in the ACC. Also leads the ACC in hits, 3rd in runs scored, 3rd in RBIs.
What a year.
Two and 2.
There's that big curveball. Again, it's the slider. Slider's the #2 pitch to right-handed hitters. Pitch he gets the most swing and miss on. It's the pitch that he goes to for the strikeout.
Gage Harrelson, the runner at first. The pitch, and Lodis fights it off. We'll do it again.
Yeah, Mitch Canham told us they wanted to tighten up that slider and not use that slider as so much of a swing and miss pitch. They were looking for weak contact, and I think that speaks to what you're saying, Rox, about being able to minimize those pitches. It's not all about the strikeouts. Let's get some weak contact. We got a great defense behind us. This is a defense that fields .982. Just trusting your D behind you.
He just hasn't worked deep very much. In fact, the last 3 starts, he's been sharp. 17 innings total. Fouled straight back by Lodis. 29 strikeouts in those 17 innings and allowing just 3 earned runs. But that goes to show you, he pitches for the strikeout, and at some point, I know Mitch Canham wants him to pitch to contact. You don't need to strike everybody out.
Yeah, it's tough, though, right? You know, you get to college baseball. You're playing at Oregon State with a Friday night guy, and you're looking to get big strikeouts. Like that strikeout you saw right there. There's the slider, a little hanging slider up in the zone. But he's excited, you know. You got all these fans. You're a freshman. You're throwing on Friday nights, and you want to light the crowd up, just like he did right there on a little backup slider at the top of the zone.
1 out, Harrelson the runner at first. And here is Max Williams for Florida State. 314, 18 homers for the center fielder. Max Williams riding a 7-game hitting streak into the Super Regional. Second team all ACC, tied for 3rd in the conference this year in homers.
He's a fighter, and then just 3 hits in the regional last weekend, but every hit mattered. A big home run, a couple RBI singles. Good gamer.
Ball 1 to Max Williams. Homered in the regional last weekend. Went 3 for 13, drove in 4. Began his college career at Alabama and transferred to Florida State. The count on Williams, who came up big in the postseason for Florida State last year with a big homer in the regional against UCF in Tallahassee.
Yeah, he's a guy that just seems to get excited for the big moment, and he's the high energy guy on this offense. And then you look on deck, Max is the guy that's pacing nonstop, just itching for that next at bat.
2-1 on Max Williams. 1 out. Gage Harrelson, the runner at first. Just getting going. Game 1 in Corvallis on a Sunsplash Friday afternoon. It is warm here at the Pacific Northwest. Now, there's a caveat, warm by Pacific Northwest standards. 82 degrees at first pitch. Slight breeze blowing out to left.
No humidity.
No. Certainly not what Florida State is used to.
Take it.
Curve, called strike to Williams.
Yeah,
and the count is run full.
Sign right there. 3-1 count. Trusting his ability to land that big breaking ball. Just a young freshman being able to go to that pitch is not something you see early on in guys' careers in college.
Gage Harrelson being held by Jacob Craig at first. Strike 3 called, a fastball at the knees. And Max Williams has gone looking. I don't think he agreed with Dave Susi, our plate umpire. 2 outs.
That's a strike. That's a great pitch right there. That's what that big breaking ball does for you. 74 miles per hour. Changes your eye level. Now you're starting to hunt things up in the zone. That short arm action. Shoots it straight down. Catches the bottom of the zone. And that's a big time pitch.
2 outs, runner at first, the cleanup batter. The scorching Miles Bailey, the freshman, digs in. Freshman on freshman here as Whitney makes a move to first. But what a weekend that Miles Bailey had last weekend. He's got a 7-game hitting streak going. A close play at first, diving back as Harrelson. But Bailey on the all-freshman team in the ACC this year has homered in 5 of the last 6 games.
See some quick feet on the mound. That's Gage Harrelson over there at first base. 15 steals on the year. It's back in there just in time. You got a hot Miles Bailey at the plate early in this ball game. You want to let your guy hit.
0-1 to Bailey, hitting .328. 17 home runs. In fact, the last 6 games, he has homered 6 times. He's driven in 16, going 12 for 20.
Aggressive early in the count, taking advantage of mistakes, laying off those borderline pitches, putting them in hitters' counts equals a lot of success.
That's a strike. Evens the count on Bailey, and he's been getting better as the season has gone on. His progression, what have you seen?
You know, you think about the freshman curve, and you come straight into college, and he's a big time recruit, a guy that they were very lucky to get on campus, and you just expect him to go in and just roll. The strike zone, the discipline, being able to lay off those borderline pitches, the 1-1 count. You take that pitch, you get to a 2-1 count, you're in a much better count to have success. So he's a guy that's just continued to get better and better. Now, Link Jarrett told us, he said he's actually ahead of the curve of Cam Smith. And you think about what Cam Smith did less than a year later, he's already in the big league. So impressive young man.
Overflow crowd on the edge of their seats. And it's blocked by the catcher Weber, holding Harrelson, the runner, at first. And already 24 pitches now for Dax Whitney, a concern for Mitch Canham coming in.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's been a lot of 2-strike counts. Florida State's done a really nice job fouling off pitches. But he has 2 strikeouts. Opportunity here. Strikeout to side.
Shoots to the backstop from Whitney, and a wild pitch sends Gage Harrelson down to second base. That looked like it just slipped out of his hand, like the grip of the curveball, and it just floated on.
Yeah, just amped up here early on, going for that big strikeout. The crowd starting to feel it. You see here, it's just a fastball. Really tried to rip it. Coach Canham told us that fastball will tend to cut a bit at times, and it's not on purpose. And he just fired up early on, young freshman.
That wasn't on purpose either.
No, sir.
Called strike 3. Went with the curve, catches Miles Bailey looking. After the leadoff walk, 3 straight strikeouts. The Noles go quietly. The Beavers coming to bat. Scoreless to the home first. Oregon State coming to bat. Game 1 of the Super Regional. So you look at some of the temporary seats that were brought in to accommodate more fans here in Corvallis for this much anticipated Super Regional. The lineup for Mitch Canham and Oregon State, 45-13 and with a tie. The lineup, and Trent Carraway, who was the most outstanding player at the Corvallis Regional last weekend. You remember the line from, oh God, I'm blanking on the movie right now. But Trent Carraway, so hot right now.
Yeah, no doubt. South 7 games. How about 520, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, 8
Zoolander.
walks.
It just popped into my head. Like
There you go. Yeah, he's hot, man. You talk about Miles Bailey on the other side, Trent Caraway. It's just as hot.
So the interesting choice to start for Link Jarrett in Florida State, when you have Jamie Arnold, who's projected to be potentially the #1 pick in the draft, the #1 starter. Joey Vellini, who has been the 3 guy. Now, he's been very good for Florida State. He's got 8 wins and an ERA just over 3.5, but a bit of a surprise in terms of game 1. He gets the ball.
Yeah, you know, you think about Jamie Arnold Saturday, 119 pitches. He was excellent against Mississippi State. And I think it's them protecting Jamie Arnold. Link Jarrett told us on the call, we're always going to put the player's health first, get him on that normal rest after a season high 119 pitches. Don't get it mistaken. There's 3 left-handed starters for this Florida State club. They're all aces, and all over the country, they'd be the aces for a lot of teams. 4-pitch mix here, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He'll throw any pitch in any count. He's a guy that's just going out there attacking, trusting his defense.
Easton Talt will lead it off for Oregon State. 272, 7 home runs. And the first pitch, and he skies it. Playable and right for Gage Harrelson. Waiting for it to come down. And one pitch takes care of Easton Talt. And that's a good start for Joey Vellini.
Yes, it is. And then last week, Friday, he threw against Bethune-Cookman. 3 innings pitched, 45 pitches. And then you think about today, they're able to keep him on that same exact schedule. The reason he didn't go further, there was a rain delay, about 2.5 hours. So he missed the rest of his start. And he's just a guy that's so much fun to watch pitch in the day and age of violence and so much velocity. He's just pro-S in the pitchability, uses all 4 quadrants, keeps guys off balance, keeps them guessing. Ton of fun to watch go get it.
Officially, it was a 2-hour, 19-minute delay, and he did not come back after that rain issue that they had in Tallahassee. It called strike to Iva Arquette. 352 with 18 homers for the Oregon State shortstop. Riding a 7-game hitting streak. He's from Kailua, Hawaii. 2 years at Washington, transferred to Oregon State to roll it ashore. Charging. Alex Lodis handles it, and there's 2 outs.
That's a great play right there. He's a great shortstop, man. He plays downhill. He's a one-handed shortstop. He just goes to get the ball. And you know, you think about Florida State coming out here to Oregon State and playing on an all-turf surface. They took a lot of ground balls over these past few days, and balls do spin weird. Right there, Arquette got jammed a bit, but Lodis did a great job attacking that ball. Second out of this inning. 2
outs for Gavin Turley, the Oregon State left fielder. Joey Vellini kicks and deals. And that's ball 1 down and in to Turley, who is the all-time home run leader in Oregon State history. 51 career homers for the junior. And also the career RBI leader for a proud program that's had some great sluggers over the years.
He sure has. Controls the strike zone incredibly well. I love the slow early toe tap. He just never looks out of rhythm. And he's a guy that's super aggressive early in the count, has a ton of success. Swinging early in the count, how about 606? And catching that first pitch, and you know, you think about lineups and you want to know how they're going to attack a pitcher. First pitch of the game was a swing by Talt. That gives you a good sign of what they're looking to do.
Over the mound, Drew Farrell ranging near the bag at second base, and he throws out Gavin Turley. A 7-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Joey Vellini. Through 1, scoreless Florida State and Oregon State. Scoreless to the second in Corvallis. The Super Regionals and the importance of Game 1, Devin. The numbers don't lie. 79% of Super Regional winners who won Game 1 win the series. And it is the best 2 out of 3, so it gives you a significant leg up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That momentum early on in a big-time series, late in the year, opportunity to go to Omaha. And you think about these no's. They didn't throw Jamie Arnold today, so even a bigger leg up for them if they're able to find a way to scratch this game out.
5, 6, and 7 for the Seminoles, and hooking it foul. And into the crowd is Cal Fisher leading off the second, the Florida State third baseman, followed by Drew Farrell and Chase Williams for Link Jarrett. And the sophomore from Deerfield, Wisconsin, hitting .310 with 8 homers this year. He's reached in 22 straight games. Skies this one, pushing toward foul ground. Hustling over Easton Talt, and he watches it sail out of play. And it's 0-2 on Fisher. Homered last week in the Tallahassee Regional. In fact, hit one on Sunday against Mississippi State.
And that was the big snapshot of that game. And Florida State looked like they were going to fall to Mississippi State late in the ball game. And then, bam, here comes the 7th inning. Cal Fisher jumps on a fastball out over the plate, driving it out to right center field. There's players that you just show up and you just watch play and you say, throw the stats and turn the scoreboard off. I want that guy on my team. Cal Fisher's one of them.
Fights that one off. He had a 16-game hitting streak, April into May, part of this 22-game on-base streak for Fisher. And last year as a freshman was the only position player as a freshman to start for Florida State.
Yeah, that infield last year was loaded. Cam Smith, Ladis, Farrow. But Link wanted to find a way to get him in, and he always said last year, this guy's going to be a player. He's a natural shortstop, one of the biggest recruits from out of the Midwest. I know Link was incredibly happy to get him, and just that little bit of playing time his freshman year has really helped him into this season.
1-2 on Fisher. And the ball hit to left over toward the line, and it is foul. Long run for Gavin Turley, who was well off the line. And it disappears in that left field corner, and he was out in front of 95.
Yeah, he sure was. Might have had a feeling he was going fastball in there, 2 strikes, out front that much, especially on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. A lot of times that sets up something soft. In the zone, below the zone, out over the plate. Important right now for Cal Fisher. Reset, your focus is right center. Dax Whitney, breaking ball in the zone, down below, see if you can get a chase.
1-2 on the Noles third baseman. Dax Whitney, the pitch. And it's just low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 96. And the 6'5" Whitney.
He's going to be a good one. He already is a good one. How about that right there? It's been fastballs into these right-handed hitters, trying to speed them up. Tries to dot a backdoor fastball, just missed.
That one fouled away, out in front again. That was an off speed from Whitney. And a battle between Whitney and Fisher here leading off the second.
Once again, not a 2-strike counts, but these Noles doing a nice job battling. But Whitney continuing to attack. 34th pitch on the way here in the second inning.
Swing and a miss, blew it by him, elevating a fastball. 94, and Fisher was well behind that one.
Yeah, how about it? How about it? Battle, 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 doesn't matter. I'm going to win it. Dax Whitney, 4 outs recorded today, 4 strikeouts, 2 on that fastball up in the zone.
And 4 straight hitters that Dax Whitney has fanned. We welcome those of you just joining us to Corvallis, Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, along with Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you. Game 1 of this Corvallis Super Regional, scoreless in the second. Dax Whitney, the freshman, on the mound for Oregon State. And that is a strike to Drew Farrow. And it's 1-1 on the Noles second baseman. 1 out here in the top of the second inning, as Whitney has struck out 4 consecutive Seminoles after issuing a leadoff walk to start the game to Gage Harrelson. And then a quick 1-2-3 first for Joey Bellini, making the start for Florida State.
Yeah, both pitchers locked in early. Mentioned those 4 straight strikeouts. At home, 27 innings pitched, just 3 runs allowed for Whitney. So this is a crowd that he really feeds off of as a freshman.
First team all ACC for Drew Farrow. Tied for 10th in the conference in home runs. Started his college career at Central Florida and transferred in. And that is a strike. And Farrow is an aggressive hitter. Devin, he hasn't walked since the invention of the wheel. No, it hasn't been that long. But it's been 50 at bats since he's run a walk.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He's an aggressive hitter, a guy that likes to swing it.
And sure enough, what does he do?
Attaboy, Roxy. Put it out there in the air.
Second walk issued by Dax Whitney. He might be cursing me after the game. No, there is no such thing as a broadcaster's jinx. Stop it.
Oh, man, as a player, I tell you what, I'd fight you on it.
Chase Williams, a hitter now for the Seminoles. 1 out, runner at first. And an even 350 for Williams with a home run for the speedy left fielder.
electric player down in the bottom of this lineup. He's a guy that's going to hit atop this lineup. Next year, losing Gage Harrelson, a junior, most likely to get drafted, but he's special. He's battling a little bit of a shoulder ailment. He's a switch hitter, and he's had to hit left on left throughout this season. He's had a ton of success. He's the second leadoff man down at the bottom.
Moved to first by Whitney, as Chase Williams missed about 6 weeks, was injured on March 1st when he dove into home against Georgetown and didn't come back until the middle of April. And he still wears a protective harness underneath his uniform. Now, it might be more of a precaution. I don't think he needs it necessarily, but it's also comfort zone for him now that he's used to playing with it.
Without question, and I tell you, when you see him let it rip, I don't think that shoulder is on his mind too much.
1 out, Drew Farreau, the runner at first, and that's a strike to the knees to Chase Williams.
Once again, that fastball down in the zone. That's going to be the constant yo-yo for these Noles today, that big curveball. It's in the back of all these left-handed hitters' head. If he's able to drive that fastball down at the bottom of the zone, there will be a lot of takes.
Williams, who was drafted last spring by the Dodgers in the 19th round after playing at Northwest Florida Junior College, but elected to come to Florida State. Leads the Seminoles in steals this year. In fact, Williams has multi-hits in 3 of the last 4 games coming in.
Swinging a hot bat. 18 stolen bases, just his 30th start of the year.
The pitch, swing and a miss, elevating. 5 strikeouts for Dax Whitney, 2 gone.
Yeah, how about it, young man? Up, down, fastballs down, breaking balls, starting up. What's that setup once again? Tease him, 2 strikes. I think he's going to the breaking ball. He sticks fastball right in the height they're looking for. 5 outs, 5 strikeouts for Dex.
Only problem is he's thrown 44 pitches already. 2 outs, Farreau at first. James Hankerson Jr., the DH for Florida State, climbs in. And that's a strike from Whitney.
A little bit of a revolving door in the DH position for the Noles all year. DeLama Lear, guy that faces the left-handed starters. They also bounce Carnes in there to be the DH when Jackson West is catching.
On the ground, past the sliding third baseman Trent Caraway. And the first ball in play by Florida State is a 1-hop liner down the left field side, and 2 on for the Seminoles with 2 outs to bring up the freshman catcher, Hunter Carnes.
Yeah, a hot shot right there. It's a big guy, a lot of juice, but it's a simple swing. Short to the ball, not a lot of wasted movement. Shoots it over to third base, and Caraway, an attempt on that hot shot, sneaks by him. Runners in scoring position, timely hitting. Think about the postseason, pitching, defense, base running. Normally, especially 2 high-level teams, it comes down to who can score in these timely matters right now.
First hit since May 17th for Hankerson. In the air to right center field and deep. Hustling over is Easton Tall. He's at the wall. He leaps, and it's off the wall. Fired back in by Cannon Reeder. Around third, coming in, diving at the plate. Hankerson is out. Off the relay, but Florida State takes the lead as Drew Farreau scores for the Seminoles.
Man, oh man, I tell you what, the Noles, they're on the board early. But that Jeter play in Oakland, man, I tell you what, I got flashbacks. Ivar Arquette, do it, baby. Don't you ever take anything for granted. It's a big run right there. Nice job.
I was an A's fan. Why do you do that to me? Well, Ivar Arquette found something in his wallet right there. Boy.
He's going to have a lot more in his wallet this upcoming draft. And I tell you, that play right there, I don't care about what he does offensively the rest of this weekend. He doesn't take anything for granted. That's a heck of a play.
Wilson Weber, the cleanup batter for Oregon State, leads off the second. 1-0 Florida State on the RBI double by Hunter Carnes, driving in Drew Farreau. And the senior from Gresham, Oregon, 12 homers, 329 for the Beavers catcher. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. As Vellini has a lead to work with now. After the 2-out double to right center. A lot happened on that play. It was a terrific at-bat by Hunter Carnes for an RBI double.
Yeah, it sure was. Hunter Carnes just 2 for 15, headed into that bat, jumping on the first pitch fastball, driving it into right center, get the Noles on the board early. Nothing wrong with that send either. 2 outs, you are never, ever going to have an issue with making the last out at home plate, especially early on in a ball game. Just an incredible play by Arquette.
Swing and a miss. Weber chasing. And he's down on strikes. The first strikeout for Bellini. And here was that play defensively by Iva Arquette off to the double by Carnes.
Yeah, Arquette, heady play right here. He's sitting there waiting. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Okay, I got to be the trailer here. He's a little bit late, but he gets over there. And how about a throw on the money to home plate? Weber tags him out. It's the little things in this game that you sit back and watch and you go, man, I want that guy on my team. You better believe it, Arquette, I want him on my team every day.
Trent Caraway, most outstanding player at the Corvallis Regional. 276, 11 home runs for Caraway. But the damage he did last weekend, he went 9 for 17. 5 of his 11 homers this season for the sophomore coming last weekend. And he takes a strike from Bellini as Caraway drove in 10. He also walked 7 times.
That's a great sign. That's a great sign. That's a sign of a hitter that's locked in, doing damage, still taking his walks.
Very good. Called strike. He's homered in 5 straight, 6 of the last 7 games.
Yeah, first 51 games, 245 batting average, just 5 home runs, and then no problem. Next 7, let me up that home run total more than doubles it.
Bellini, the 1-2. Ground ball to short. Alex Lodi scoops it up, rifles to first, and that's 5 up, 5 down for Bellini. 2 away in the last of the second.
Yeah, he's sharp, and it's efficient, and this is what Bellini does when he's at his best. He's a guy early on in this season. You look at it statistically, he was the guy really in this rotation that was carrying the staff for the most part. I think he got a little bit tired. He's thrown the most innings he's thrown in his entire career this season. A little bit of a break, ACC tournament. They piggyback him off Wes Mendez. A shortened outing last weekend. You got to think these Noles are thinking this break could be a thing of beauty for him to be sharp today.
Called strike to A.J. Singer, Oregon State second baseman, hitting .319 with 3 home runs. A junior from Glendale, Arizona. But Bellini, even the last few outings, he hasn't worked deep. As you alluded to the outing against Bethune-Cookman, then his relief appearance at the ACC tournament against Carolina. In his last start of the regular season against Carolina, only pitched 3 2/3, was hit around as Singer fights that one off foul. But 3 times this season, Joey Bellini has struck out 11.
Yeah, it's just not power stuff, and you can see it's 89-92. It's a constant chess match as a hitter. You know, a lot of times you'd rather face 95-96 when you know it's coming at you than facing, you know, a thumber on the mound that you're just guessing every pitch.
Abbreviated windup for the big lefty. Looped out toward right center. Going back with room is Max Williams, who makes the catch. 6 up, 6 down for Joey Bellini. 1-0 lead for Florida State. Game 1 coming up. The head coach of the Beavers, Mitch Canham, joins us next. 1-0 Florida State. We go to the third with Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you. The head coach of Oregon State, Mitch Canham. And boy, this atmosphere has been great, and your team seems so energized. What was your feeling with this group heading into game 1 today?
Just carrying on what we were doing from last week. Get out there, show big energy, and I'm glad you see that too. And our crowd here is phenomenal. It's every chant, every clap, they're locked in on every pitch, and our guys in here have got big energy as well. So excited to see Dax showing off a lot of his stuff right now. I just would like to be a little more efficient with pitches per hitter, but that was an outstanding relay. How about that one coming into end last inning?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that one. Give me flashbacks of the Derek Jeter play in Oakland. How special has it been to have a guy like Arquette be the cornerstone of your program?
I mean, he does stuff like that all the time, I feel like. I mean, he turned to the right on that one, threw it on the run, and threw a dart home. And last weekend, there was another one that hit off the wall. Reeder relayed it in, and Arquette threw an absolute missile to get a guy to end the inning. Or actually, it wasn't in the inning, but he just shows off stuff like that all the time, and he has so much joy playing the game. I'm telling you, you can easily sit there and just stare at him the whole time and love every second of the game.
Mitch, your team has been through so much this season. What's it been like having to go a different route this year than you're normally used to doing?
Well, different, no doubt, but we're very grateful for this season in its entirety. Being on the road a lot has brought us all close together, and it has given us a mission and inspired us to do something that few, if any, have ever done. With all those road games and the hotels and the bus rides, go make a play. Tough one. You know, it's just been something that we look as a blessing and has made us stronger as not only athletes but also as men.
Mitch, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Go
Thanks,
Beavers.
Coach.
Mitch Canham, the head coach of Oregon State, and this is what they've had to do this year. Look at the miles that the Beavers have had to travel with the 20 true road games plus the neutral site games as well.
Unbelievable and incredibly difficult. And you know, having to put this schedule together, you know, it took Coach Canham a ton of work. And I love that he mentioned the travel and the togetherness and the familyness of this program. You could see it throughout.
Alex Lodis, a liner to center. Gage Harrelson stops at second. The Seminoles up 2 on with nobody out. And the heart of the order coming up for Florida State.
Yeah, 2 good pieces of hitting in this inning. 2-strike hitting by Harrelson and down and in right there from Lodis. The fastball gave him big trouble last weekend. Mentioned the timing early on. Moving early, incredibly important. Important thing in hitting is timing. You can tell he's sharp right now.
Max Williams struck out in the first. A little bit of a mess for Dax Whitney to deal with here in the third. 2 on, nobody out. And the curveball floats high. And 4 straight Seminole batters have reached via a hit. Now they did throw out the runner at the plate to end the top of the second. And now a mound visit from the catcher, Wilson Weber.
Yeah, man, how big was that play now? Arquette made, being able to stop the bleeding there early in the first inning. Whitney's been sharp, and the fastball is alive. It's electric. Hunter Carnes jumped him last inning for that RBI double and to right center field. I like this timeout right here. Freshman, first time in the postseason. Weber, veteran. Hey, baby, everything's good. Get back in the strike zone. Keep attacking. Your stuff looks sharp. But Knowles threatening again here in the third.
And if you're not familiar with the story what Oregon State had to deal with, and I'm sure you're aware of what has gone on with this conference realignment. Oregon State and Washington State left kind of with nowhere to go when everybody deserted them. What was the Pac-12? And the Pac-12 will be coming back. One more season for Oregon State as an independent next year, and then this conference reforms for the 26-27 season, and we'll have a new look, not what you're used to seeing with the Pac-12.
And you think about Oregon State hosting this super regional. And then you think about the schedule that Coach Canham was able to put together and the RPI, it's way up there. So this is a schedule that was not just a ton of travel, but they were playing great opponents.
They had opportunities to join leagues, but they chose this path because it would give them the best opportunity for something like this, to host a regional, be a national seed, and host a super. And it called strike to Max Williams.
Yeah, and it paid off. Paid off.
Been a heavy laden road schedule, road series. They played Iowa technically at a neutral site, but it was in Des Moines, which isn't necessarily neutral. Full count now on Williams. They went to Nebraska. They traveled to Hawaii for a series. Played a bunch of Big West opponents. For example, went to Cal Poly, who made a regional final. They hosted UC Irvine, who made a regional final.
Just 19 home games in the regular season.
Line to right, right at Easton Tall, backing up, makes the catch. Gage Harrelson tags, breaks for third, staying at first is Lodis on a liner to right off the bat of Max Williams. Runners at the corners for Florida State, 1 out.
And job well done right there by Max Williams. Slider up in the zone. He's looking to drive something into the outfield, advance the runners. Ball hit right on the screws right there. Nice base running. Gage Harrelson at second base, tagging up, getting to third base. But Dax Whitney, he's been able to work out of these jams all throughout this season. One pitch away. Ground ball double play gets him out of this inning.
The dangerous Miles Bailey struck out in the first, the hitter for Florida State. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Whitney. And that one runs down and in for a ball. And it's 1-0 on the outstanding freshman for Florida State.
And these are the moments where he has really improved throughout the season. Opportunity to drive in a run. Used to be super, super aggressive. Just wanted to hit. He's done a nice job settling in throughout the season. 338 with runners in scoring position.
Gets the outside edge. 94 with the fastball, 1-1. Some concern for Oregon State because the contact has been, even the out off the bat of Max Williams was allowed out.
Yeah, and they're just mistakes left up in the zone. These Florida State hitters, they do take advantage of those.
Right in there. And Bailey takes a fastball right down Broadway. 1-2 on the first baseman and cleanup batter for Florida State. Harrelson at third, Lodis the runner at first. The pitch, way upstairs. Dax Whitney, who last pitched last Saturday against TCU and struck out 12 in what was the first of 4 straight elimination games that Oregon State had to win. After they lost, surprisingly, to St. Mary's last Friday night. The WCC tournament champions and a really good team for Eric Valenzuela. But then Oregon State got their wake-up call and they bludgeoned their competition the rest of the weekend.
Boy, did they ever.
Outscored their opponents 50-6. Curve struck him out. Second time that Dax Whitney has gotten Miles Bailey, and that is huge for the freshman, Dax Whitney.
Yes, it is. There's that curveball again. 50 strikeouts coming into this ball game against left-handed hitters on that big curveball, and you see it right there. It just is so appetizing. You see it pop out of the hand, looks so good. But 74 to 95, 96 miles per hour, incredibly tough for hitters to be able to cover both.
Cal Fisher struck out in the second. Runners at the corners and 2 down for Florida State. And it's ball 1. This, I know it's just the third inning, Devin, but you get the sense this is an enormous at-bat in this game.
Yes, it is. Momentum in the game of baseball is huge. It's much easier to see in games like football and basketball, but you better believe it. Getting out of this inning right here is a big boost for the Bees.
Fouled away by Fisher. If Whitney for Oregon State can get out of this, you're looking at first and second, nobody out. Runners at the corners, 1 out, and not allow a run. That will give Oregon State a big lift.
Yeah.
But if Florida State comes through with a 2-out hit, all of a sudden they have the big lift on their side of the field.
Without question.
I think she's going to run that booth for a couple years.
Late on a fastball. One and 2 on Fisher. The pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. 7 strikeouts for Dax Whitney, and he escapes the jam.
How about a young freshman? You need to make a big pitch. You got to find a way to get yourself out of a jam. Can you beat him with the good fastball? Yes, you can.
1-0 Florida State leading in game 1 of the Super Regionals here in Corvallis. Hunter Cairns, the RBI double, giving Florida State the early lead. And you can just get a sense, Devin, that the electricity in this ballpark, this is the place to be in college baseball right now.
Man, I'm so excited to be here. This is one of the best fan bases in the entire country. It's 2 fantastic teams, 2 high-powered teams. I'm excited to see this thing go.
Joey Vellini, 6 up, 6 down for Florida State. Bottom of the order for Oregon State. And ball 1 to Tice Peterson, the DH, followed by Cannon Reeder and Jared Craig for Oregon State. Peterson, the junior, there are his numbers this year. He's been battling shin splints all season. In fact, it kept him out of the lineup in their Game 7 winner-take-all with USC last Monday here in the Corvallis Regional. And Peterson takes a strike.
I battled shin splints a lot of my career, playing in Toronto, turf. Oh, incredibly tough. Think about metal cleats. Does beat up your shins quite a bit. 8 for 17 last weekend, though, in that regional. Home run, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs. Swinging a hot bat down in this lineup.
3-1 on Peterson. 8 for 17, 2 homers last weekend. And he tops that one toward third on a backhand. It gets past Cal Fisher and trickles down the left field line, and Peterson is on, and the first base runner for Oregon State to lead off the bottom of the third. They're going to score that and hit as Fisher tried to field on the backhand.
Yeah, in the second you have indecision, especially on turf, especially on choppers, you run yourself into big trouble. Cal Fisher, he's about as sure-handed of a third baseman that you will see in the entire country. But the second you see that big hop, you got to just go. You got to trust your instincts there. He gets caught in between. Mentioned the turf. Florida State not playing on the turf quite a bit. It's a ball Cal Fisher makes 9 out of 10 times. Oregon State gets the leadoff man on.
Center fielder Cannon Reeder digs in, 7 homers, squares and bunts it foul over near the Florida State dugout.
Come on, put it forward. Let's go, Cannon.
And 2 sacks on the last weekend in the regional. This is a team that they are willing to play small ball, understanding the importance of getting guys into scoring position. Those pitches, guy on second base compared to a guy on first base. The guys on second base, those are much more pressure pitches. Joey Vellini motoring here early in this ball game, but Oregon State trying to keep their foot on the gas.
Just 3 for 17 last weekend for Reeder, who squares, pulls the bat back as Vellini misses high. And it's 1-1 on Reeder. Reeder hit over 300 for most of the season, but a late season dip has caused that average to fall under 300. First base runner for Oregon State, Peterson the runner, and Reeder swinging, and he fouls that one off, and it's 1-2 on the Beavers center fielder. And interesting that he was showing bunt until that pitch.
Yeah, and Florida State, they're selling out to the bunt. You see a fastball right there, so that's Mitch Cannon playing a little cat and mouse game, trying to get Reeder to take advantage of a fastball.
The big lefty, Joey Vellini. 6'4", 245 pounds. Redshirt junior from Tampa. And gets the pitch in there for a strike. Snapped off that breaking ball, and a beauty from Vellini. Second strikeout, 1 gone. A look at the bracket for the Super Regionals, and if you're trying to equate it to college basketball, we're essentially in the Sweet 16 round right now. There are 16 teams left. And this is this side of the bracket, all the game ones today. Weather delay in Louisville right now, with the Cardinals up 8-1 on the U. North Carolina all over Arizona earlier today, and still one more game one to come up later as Jacob Craig takes ball 1.
Big time pop here. This is a guy that has the ability to hit 20+ home runs. 240, 250 pounds, and I love the adjustment he's made at the plate here. A little bit of a no stride. I think about some of the best hitters in the game: Bo Bichette, Shohei Ohtani, Miguel Cabrera back when he was playing. Their ability to just say, you want to know what? I'm big enough. I'm strong enough. Let's get rid of all the wasted movements. Big home run last weekend.
13 homers out of the 9-hole. And Vellini misses high. It's 2-1. As Vellini, who started his college career at South Florida, worked as a freshman back in 2022 out of the bullpen, then had Tommy John, missed all of 23. And then 14 appearances, 3 starts last year, transferred to Florida State. And that's on the inside edge, and a called strike to Craig, and it's 2-2.
And he's bounced back nicely from that injury. Mentioned he hit a little bit of a slow streak in the middle of this season for the Noles. Big rest over the last month has him sharp.
Pass third, fair ball, down the line, toward the corner. Chase Williams goes to dig it out. Tice Peterson being waved. Relay throw from Lodis, and they got him at the plate. Both shortstops showing off. And now Lodis' turn for the Seminoles.
Wow. Yeah. 2 of the best shortstops in the entire country are here today in Corvallis. And you see why. Ball down the line, just 1 out. Has to be 2 perfect throws. And Lodis takes a perfect throw from Chase Williams and delivers a dart to home plate.
That's the second base umpire, Darren Haima, alerting us. And a close play at the plate, ruled out on the field, and the umpires will consult with the replay operations center. After the call on the field was out, Chase Williams started it, racing into the corner, and just watching Lodis on the relay, all of a sudden, he wasn't just playing baseball. It looked like he was like flipping in gymnastics, the way he just got everything he had to spin and throw it.
Yeah, he did, and he threw a good one to home plate. Hunter Carnes back behind the plate as well. Take a good peek at this. Probably going to be our best view right here.
Okay, there's the hand touching the plate. It's just when did the glove from Hunter Carnes make contact with Peterson racing all the way from first? And the plate umpire, you can see him right there. Dave Susi right on top of the play.
Yes, he is. Perfect position.
I don't see anything that would change that.
It's going to be so hard to overturn.
It is bang bang. And outstretched Peterson reaching for the corner of the plate as Carnes puts the glove down. This is probably going to be our best look.
Yeah, and you can tell Peterson trying to do his best to get back on the inside part of the plate as the throw took.
After review, the call on field is confirmed. The runner is out. Oregon State is charged with one challenge. They have one remaining.
And the call confirmed out of the plate is Peterson on an outstanding defensive play by Florida State.
Yeah, just big time, big time. You never would think early in a ball game you see two plays that are done absolutely perfect to save a run. Florida State still able to hold this 1-0 lead. Jacob Craig still swinging that hot bat. Love the no stride at the plate, bringing up Oregon State's leadoff man.
Easton Talt bunts at it and fouls it off for the plate. As on the first pitch he saw from Bellini, he flew out to right to lead it off for Oregon State.
He's got sneaky pop, and he controls the zone incredibly well. And with Arquette on deck, guy on second base, 2 outs, not a time you like to bunt. But knowing he can pass the baton, the best player on this team sitting on deck.
Jacob Craig, the runner out there at second for the Beavers. Bellini, the 1-strike pitch to Talt. Check swing, out of play, 0-2. As Talt has had an interesting roller coaster ride to his season. He was hitting .341 back on April 21st. Then he went into a tailspin going 0 for 34. April and into May, went 6 for 23 last weekend, drove in 5 in the region. Check swing, did he go? No on appeal as the Seminoles started heading off toward the first base dugout. And our third base umpire, Javero January, said no, he did not offer.
Yeah, Florida State trying to steal that one right there. The whole infield runs in. Third base umpire not biting. Talt, guy that's been great with 2 strikes this year. 5 out of his 7 home runs happened with 2 strikes. 21 of his 35 RBIs.
Lays off. And Talt usually sees a lot of pitches. He went after the first pitch in the first at bat. But Talt is 4th in the country. He's drawn 62 walks this year.
Yeah, on base percentage. That's your goal as a leadoff man. Batting average. Throw all that stuff out the window. Find a way to get on for the big sluggers behind him in Arquette and Turley.
On the ground is short. Alex Lodis scoops it up. Rockets to first. Talt is out. The Beavers are gone. 2 hits, but a great play, the relay from Alex Lodis.
Yep, 2 shortstops early on in this ball game. Both going to play this game a long time. How about Alex Lodis right here delivering a strike from home from Chase Williams for the big out, keeping the nose on top. 1-0.
6, 7, and 8 for Florida State in the 4th as the Seminoles leading Oregon State in game 1 of our Super Regional. An RBI double from the freshman catcher Hunter Carnes in the 1st inning, or 2nd inning rather. For the Seminoles, Joey Vellini has been sharp on the mound for Florida State. Dax Whitney has struck out 7. The freshman pitcher on the mound for Oregon State. We've also seen sparkling defense from these elite shortstops, Iva Arquette from Oregon State and Alex Lodis for Florida State.
Yeah, it's been a classic ball game up to this point. Pitching has been sharp. Knowles just coming up with the big timely hitting, and it's been the shortstops cutting down runs at home plate.
Drew Farrell walked in the second. He scored the only run of the ball game. But each side has had a runner thrown out of the plate by the shortstop. To end the top of the second, James Hankerson Jr., who's due up third here in the inning, was thrown out off the relay from Iva Arquette. And then in the bottom of the third, Tice Peterson trying to score the double from Jacob Craig. And he was thrown out by his counterpart, Alex Lodis, at the plate.
Shortstops knowing where to be on the field.
1-2 on Drew Farrell. And a curve is bounced to first behind the bag. Handled by Jacob Craig. Takes it himself. One away in the Florida State fourth is Chase Williams coming up. And we had the presence of greatness in our booth a little while ago. He came to say hello. The legendary Oregon State head coach, Pat Casey, who engineered 3 national championships, 24 years as the Oregon State head coach, 900 wins. Mitch Canham played for him on 2 of those championship teams. And what he did here at Oregon State is remarkable. Could be one of the best stories when you think about building a program in the history of college baseball.
Yeah, and since 2005, they just came out of nowhere. And you think about the all-time greatest coaches, a lot of them, I was able to play for one, and Mike Martin, rest in peace. It's incredibly hard to win championships in college baseball, and to be able to come here and win 3 in 24 years is just remarkable.
There is Case. His number's retired, number 5 by Oregon State, and those 3 championships he brought to Corvallis. And Corvallis has become a great college baseball town, and this is a great baseball school that Pat Casey really elevated, and Mitch Canham is trying to go with here. As the 2-1 pitch, check swing. Did he offer? No on appeal. And 3-1 on Chase Williams. But to think about a school in the Northwest, 3 national titles in the last 20 years.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And back-to-back in 06 and 07, and again in 18. Fouled back. And they're playing an ACC opponent here in Florida State. When they won 06 and 07, they beat an ACC team in the championship series. Both years it was North Carolina.
Wow. And I got to play with Darwin Barney up in Toronto for a bit. I know Joey Wong's on this staff. I remember watching them as kids.
Strike 3 called, and Chase Williams has gone looking. 8 strikeouts for Whitney, who has 20 in his last 9 2/3.
Boy, it's a constant back and forth and chess match, and you can tell these Florida State hitters, they're trying to play along with Dax Whitney. He's been able to get a couple strikeouts looking on fastballs in the zone. Man, a freshman, to be able to mix pitches like this, and you know, in all these Florida State hitters' heads, it's that big curveball that's in the back of their mind. Having the ability to nail that fastball in the zone is just huge.
Called strike to James Hankerson Jr., who singled in the second. A run on 4 hits for Florida State. No runs, 2 hits for the Beavers. 1-0. Florida State with the lead here in Corvallis. And that's top of the zone from Whitney, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, an opportunity here for a quick inning for Dax Whitney. Sees pitch count at 80, 81 on the way here. But a nice, quick, short inning.
He needs one.
Yes, he does.
Curve, called strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Whitney and a 1-2-3-4. He's retired 6 straight. 1-0 Seminoles to the home fourth we go. All right, Chris, Florida State a 1-0 lead. An RBI double from Hunter Carnes in the second, giving the Seminoles the lead. 2, 3, and 4 for the Beavers in the fourth. Iva Arquette Gavin Turley and Wilson Weber against Joey Vellini. He's given up 2 hits so far. There is where Kylie McDaniel has Arquette as the number 8 prospect in the upcoming MLB draft.
Yeah, he's a special one. He's going to play this game for a long time. Every team's able to land him. They got their corner piece for the next 10+ years.
Arquette grounded out in the first inning, and it's 2-0. Arquette, who leads Oregon State in just about every offensive category. Hits, runs, doubles, triples, homers, RBIs. And he takes a strike from Joey Vellini. Two and one on Arquette. Vellini, the pitch. And that just missed down and in.
That's a great take there. Once again, those pitches, 2-1, 1-1 count. Being able to keep the count in your favor. Big reason Arquette has had so much success in his collegiate career.
Called strike to Arquette, and the count is run full on the Beavers shortstop.
And they went right back to it, tried it again that time. Vellini got the call.
Full count leading off the last of the fourth, Iva Arquette. Vellini, the pitch, and reaching forward a bouncer toward the middle of the diamond. Tough play, Drew Farreau, and not in time, infield hit. Arquette legs it out, and it wasn't hit sharply, and that was a tough play for Farreau ranging up the middle.
Yeah, it sure was, and no chance there for Farreau. Nice job with the effort, but Iva Arquette, 2 strikes. He's got to find a way to put the ball in play. He does, showing off those wheels. He's 6'5". You don't see many shortstops that are 6'5" that can move like that. So once again, 5-tool player. You think about a top 10 draft pick. He's the guy that you're looking for.
Now it's Gavin Turley for Oregon State, a ground out in the first. Vellini from the stretch, and the pitch. And Turley showing bunt with the third baseman, Cal Fisher, playing deep. You think there was a bunt play really on?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you what, that Gavin Turley is never getting the bunt sign, but you got a lefty on the mound in Vellini. He falls hard off to that left side. You mentioned Fisher playing back as well, but you got an opportunity for a push bunt. If the second baseman has to field it, he's safe all day.
Fisher's moved up a bit now at third, and Turley sends this one out of play. And it's 1-1 on the Oregon State left fielder.
Boy, he's got a sweet swing. 18 home runs, 65 RBIs. Think about this 2-3 punch with Iva Arquette and Gavin Turley. Tough to find a better 2-3 punch in the country.
The 1-1 pitch, and that floats high with the breaking ball. 2-1 on Turley. This is an interesting inning for Vellini, considering how short his outings have been recently. The rain-shortened outing last Friday against Bethune-Cookman threw 45 pitches in 3 innings, and then the lengthy delay, he didn't come back after in their opening game of the regional. Swing and a miss by Turley. Worked in relief at the ACC tournament against North Carolina, and then lasted 3 2/3 in his last regular season start against the Tar Heels. Prior to that, he went 5 against Cal in a loss in Berkeley to the Golden Bears. As Vellini went 5 innings, gave up 5 runs on 7 hits in that start.
Yeah, first time in about a month now that they're looking for Vellini to be really stretched out. Mentioned, looked like he was a bit tired early in the month of May. Definitely something big to keep an eye on.
And after the phenomenal start he got off to this year, is Vellini won each of his first 7 starts. He was 7-0 with a minuscule 1.25 ERA. He is 8-5 coming into this outing.
Man.
Turley lifts it back out of play.
Man, you see the pitch count. Think about Dax Whitney on the flip side of things. A lot of quick innings for Vellini early on in this ball game, but back-to-back full counts in the meat of this order.
Full count. Arquette the runner at first. It's Link Jarrett, the head coach of the Noles, looking on. Here comes. And Turley hooks it foul. Just looking around the ballpark here.
Beautiful.
First off, everybody's like shoehorned in here. There is no place else to fit somebody in this ballpark.
Yeah, this is an incredible atmosphere. First time ever to the state of Oregon.
Check another one off the list.
Got that right.
Turley got onto this one, skies it behind first. Not much foul room for Bailey, and watched it sail 5 rows back.
It's a classic battle right here.
This will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat. Bellini to Turley. Arquette, the infield hit leading off the inning. He's at first. Again, the payoff. Called strike 3. What a pitch from Joey Bellini. Snapped the breaking ball off, and that froze Gavin Turley.
Nails. 3-2 count. Incredible at bat by Gavin Turley. But Bellini wins it with that big breaking ball. A lot of fastballs straight, so you know these hitters are trying to push that fastball in the zone, down in the zone. A big breaking ball shoots up, gives up on it early. Bellini, 3rd strikeout.
A mound visit from the pitching coach, Micah Posey, for Florida State. And Devin, is this just Posey trying to give Bellini a little bit of a breather after that lengthy battle with Turley?
Yeah, for sure. And it's back-to-back lengthy at-bats, back-to-back full counts through the heart of this order. Give him a little breather here, a little bit of a reset. So we got the number 4 guy coming up right now, and Wilson Weber, a guy with a lot of juice.
The NCAA Super Regional coverage continues this weekend across ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. Potentially ESPN News if games run long. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. You look at our starters from this one, and Dax Whitney already with 9 strikeouts, giving up the run in the second, but 82 pitches for Whitney. And Joey Bellini, the big strikeout, going 3 1/3 to this point. 1 out, Arquette at first, and Wilson Weber coming up for Oregon State.
Yeah, for sure. And then this is 2 different kind of pitchers going at it today. Finesse and pitchability in Bellini. A lot of power from Dax Whitney.
Called strike to Wilson Weber, who struck out in the second. Crowd didn't like it. 4,000 plus umpires wearing orange and black.
They're in it every pitch.
Cleanup batter for the Beavers. Out toward left field and deep. Chase Williams going back to the alley. It's over his head, off the wall. Picked up by Max Williams around third. Arquette trying to score, and Oregon State has tied the game. Wilson Weber, an RBI double, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, here come the Beavs. Wilson Weber, catcher, came up with a ton of big hits all year long, and he gets a pitch on the inner half of the plate, just barely missing a home run here, but you see that sweet swing, and off the bat, Ivar Arquette is on the move. Sending them the whole way right there. Beavs fired up, 1-1 ball game.
Now Trent Caraway for Oregon State. And a breaking ball strike to the Beavers' third baseman, who grounded out in the second. Now it's Bellini who needs to come up with some big pitches after Whitney was able to escape a jam in the third.
Yeah, although that strikeout by Gavin Turley, a lot of pitches there. Gets a bit tired. Leaves a pitch on the inner half of the plate. Wilson Weber makes him pay.
Mighty cut by Caraway, and it's 0-2. Weber the runner at second. The pitch. Grounded foul over toward the Oregon State dugout.
And it looks like these hitters are settling in against Joey Vellini. You mentioned the finesse and the pitchability and the ability to throw different pitches in every pitch and every count. A lot of times you'll see the game plan flip. The offense starts to figure him out a bit. Can Joey Vellini now flip in the middle of this inning and answer?
Line drive, left field, sinking. Good break on it by Chase Williams for the catch. And Caraway with a rocket and a great snag out there and left by Williams. And back to second goes Weber. And that's a tremendous read from Chase Williams on the sinking liner.
Yeah, it sure was. And off the bat, that looks like a line drive to the shortstop, but that shows off that big-time juice by Trent Caraway, who is swinging a hot bat. See Chase Williams out in the outfield. Trent Caraway's up at the plate. He's playing almost on the warning track, so any ball that's hit, he knows he's coming in. A nice play, but another big at-bat here coming up for A.J. Singer.
2 down, runner at second. Singer a fly out in the second inning, and that's a called strike to the Oregon State second baseman. Singer, the JC transfer 2 years at Iowa Western Community College. But he's from the state of Arizona. There's how deep Chase Williams is playing in left. And they called a balk. And Joey Vellini called for a balk, and now taking up his case with Darren Hyman, the second base umpire, and now Link Jarrett coming out. This is to talk to the umpire. It's not a mound visit, because if it is, that's the second visit. He'd be out of the game. Jarrett talking to the umpire.
Yeah, and you quite see what happened. Umpire was motioning.
He was motioning with the right front shoulder of Vellini, and he made a movement with that. That little flinch.
That is a ball. It's a good call.
Now the runner at third with 2 down. 1-1 on Singer. The pitch. Good breaking ball from Vellini.
That's been the pitch for him this inning, the big breaking ball. Striking out Gavin Turley on it, but that runner now at third base. That big breaking ball in the dirt. Ball getting away, comes in play for Oregon State, but Vellini, big opportunity. Get out of this inning here.
Ground ball to second, routine for Drew Farreau. Fields slings it on to first. Beavers are gone, they tie it. A run on 2 hits. We are 1-1 to the 5th in Corvallis. All right, Chris, so the ACC against the ACC there in Louisville. Good day for the ACC. Somebody had to lose there in Louisville, but North Carolina off to a great start with that Game 1 victory over Arizona and Chapel Hill. And it's 1-1 with the ACC's Florida State Seminoles and the independent Oregon State Beavers. 9-1-2 for the Seminoles in the 5th. Hunter Carnes an RBI double in the 2nd. Then the top of the order, Gage Harrelson and Alex Lodice against Dax Whitney, who struck out 9 so far. 1 ball, 1 strike on the catcher.
And Dax has just had it all going today. The fastball command incredibly sharp. Talked a ton about that big breaking ball, changing eye levels today.
Missed with the breaking ball there. It's 2-1 on Carnes. Drafted by the Diamondbacks out of high school in the 20th round. Was one of the elite catching prospects coming out of high school into college baseball. Making 37 starts for the Noles, and he drives this one deep but foul. Way out of here, but way foul.
Yeah, he's one of the most coveted high school recruits to ever touch Florida State's campus. And he's a guy that's going to play a ton next year. He's a guy that's going to hit for a lot of power. Spreads out with 2 strikes. No stride approach. To me, this is where he actually has gotten better.
Pops this one up into right. Easton Talt coming in, still charging in. And he makes a one-handed catch, and Whitney's retired 7 in a row. As we look at the bracket with all these game 1s today and still to come, Auburn hosting Coastal Carolina, the Super Regional on the Plains. But 18 runs for North Carolina earlier today as they hammered Arizona.
Boy, they are scary. The pitching, they have it. They play great defense, timely hitting, power even starting to show up now. And Coach Scott Forbes, man, he is one of the best in the country.
Gage Harrelson has singled and walked. Top of the order for Florida State. As North Carolina won the Chapel Hill Regional last week, and Oregon hosted a regional last week down the road in Eugene that Arizona won as the Big 12 tournament champions. They were the 2 seed down at PK Park, and they went 3-0 last weekend into that super regional in Chapel Hill. The 1-1, swing and a miss by Harrelson.
Man, how about it? Back-to-back changeups. That's not a pitch that we have seen a ton today, but we're into the 5th inning. Gage Harrelson, it's his 3rd time now facing Whitney. See that good changeup working.
Curve low. And Dax Whitney has already gotten 16 swing and miss pitches.
Man, I got to tell you, I can't believe this guy made it to college. This is some stuff.
A big-time arm from Blackfoot, Idaho. The Idaho Player of the Year last year. Outside, and it's now a full count on Gage Harrelson. Whitney, the pitch. Fouled straight back.
That last inning, 14-pitch inning for Dax Whitney. See here to start this inning, another 3-2 at bat. Gage Harrelson continuing to fight.
And he walks him for the 2nd time in the 7th full count that Whitney has gone to. And Harrelson reaches for the 3rd consecutive plate appearance to start this super regional. 1 out, he's at first, and here comes the ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis.
Man, I tell you, it's that at bat right there by Gage Harrelson. He's a sneaky star on this team. He's going to play this game a long time. And you know, you think about the 2-hole. A lot of times in today's game, they throw the best hitter in that 2 spot. You got Lodis, you got Arquette. Oftentimes it's because those leadoff batters see a ton of pitches. It's not always about success and hits. It's about how many pitches can you tax on the arm to set up for your next guy.
Strike 1, top of the zone from Dax Whitney. With a changeup. Lodis singled in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. Florida State had finished 2nd in the ACC. They went 17-10 in league. 41 wins overall. Lodis, bouncer foul past 3rd. And they swept through the Tallahassee Regional last weekend. Last Friday beat Bethune-Cookman 6-2. Weathered that long delay of 2 hours, 19 minutes as Bellini started that game for the Seminoles. Then beat Mississippi State twice. Strike 3 called outside edge, and Lodis didn't agree. 10 strikeouts for Dax Whitney, 2 gone in the Florida State 5th.
Boy, oh boy. One of the best hitters in the entire country. Long at bat. Walks Gage Harrelson. Attacks Lodis. Fastball on the outer edge. Just a great, great pitch. Lodis struck out on a slider in his 1st at bat. Whitney remembers, nails the outer edge with that fastball. Man, I tell you, this is some special stuff on the mound.
Ball 1 to Max Williams, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Harrelson the runner at first, and Whitney now approaching the century mark. And a mound visit, this is Rich Dorman, the pitching coach for Oregon State. And more than likely, Devin, at 100 pitches coming up, this is probably the last inning for Whitney.
Yeah, yeah. This is just a quick little breather. Down in the bullpen, probably getting some action going, but man, he has just been electric today. And man, I can't believe a guy like this is just a freshman. Really, from pitch 1, he's looked the part. You wonder how a freshman's going to respond in the postseason. Well, how about his 2 best outings of the year in the sense of stuff-wise have been in the last 2 outings in the postseason. He's had it all work, and the fastball elevated has been fantastic. He's done a great job of changing eye levels of this potent Florida State club, and he really has just been all as advertised.
With his delivery, it's almost like he's throwing a dart. But how challenging it is, especially for right-handed batter, Devin, to pick up the baseball, because it looks like it's coming right out of his ear.
Yeah, and that short arm does make it extremely tough, and timing, it's so important as a hitter. It's the #1 most important thing, and anything that a pitcher can do to mess with timing makes it tough.
That's going to be it for Whitney, as Rich Dorman will go to the bullpen here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and a 1-0 count on Max Williams. And They will go to the bullpen here in this 1-1 ball game. So after he threw ball 1 to Max Williams, Rich Dorman pulling Whitney after 98 pitches. And a loud ovation and a standing ovation for the 4,000 plus in Corvallis. 10 strikeouts for Dax Whitney. Turns it over to the bullpen here in the 5th. Well, Dax Whitney goes 4 2/3, throws 98 pitches and 10 strikeouts. He's responsible for Gage Harrelson, the runner at first for Florida State, and turns it over to the hard-throwing lefty Nelson Keljo, coming out of the bullpen for Oregon State. And Keljo, with really good numbers this year, was a starter for a lot of the season, but down the stretch moved into the bullpen by Mitch Canham.
Yeah, and this is a move that you see a lot in college baseball, and the importance of bullpen depth. They move Keljo down to the bullpen, a guy that can give you a ton of length, and it's big-time stuff. It's a fastball, mid-90s. He'll run it up into the upper 90s, coming in here to get a tough lefty, and Max Williams, who actually is better against left-handed pitching.
One ball game in the 5th, game 1. It is best of 3 super regional in Corvallis. Keljo, and he powers the fastball in there for a strike. 96 from Keljo.
And that's big-time stuff. Slider to go with it, swing and miss stuff. It's sharp, late action, and a changeup that'll mix in the right-handed hitters.
He was a weekend starter till about late April. Jammed him, and it's looped foul by Williams. 1 and 2, and his longest outing was 6 innings in a start against Grand Canyon. But then, toward the end of April, they moved him to the bullpen, and he's been pretty good for the most part in 1 bad outing out of the pen. That came against Long Beach State a couple of weeks ago.
That's a key guy to be able to give length in the middle of a ball game, piggyback him off Whitney.
2 and 2 the count, 97 from Keljo. He worked 3 innings last Saturday against TCU. In a 7-2 win, got the save, worked the final 3 against the Horned Frogs in that elimination game, coming back after they lost last Friday to St. Mary's in their opener. Just missed off the corner as Keljo was jumping off the mound. He thought he had strike 3.
Boy, he sure did on the outer edge there. Max Williams gets the call. Another 3-2 count for the Noles. Keljo coming out of the pen. You can tell he's fired up. 97s throughout this inning.
Runner will go from first. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Elevating a fastball. And Keljo fans Max Williams to end the top of the 5th. 1-1. As we go to the home 5th, Link Jarrett, the head coach of the Noles, joins us next. Tie ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th, bottom of the order for Oregon State, along with Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you. Game 1 of the Super Regional. Link Jarrett with us, the head coach of Florida State, from the dugout. And Link, for your team, to get through last weekend and now here into a Super, how have you seen your team build as this postseason has advanced?
I thought we played pretty well last week, to be honest with you. Very tough. I looked at that regional, and very challenging. Good teams. Teams are very different. And I thought we upped our play a little bit as we went, and obviously the last game was really tough. Mississippi State's a talented team, and again, I'm proud of the way our guys competed throughout the entirety of that tournament, and we've got our hands full right now. This is a good one.
Coach Joey Vellini, big-time workhorse out on the mound. Hasn't had a long start in a bit. How long do you plan to use him here? Is he a full go?
Oh, we're ready. I thought the 2 starts we had the weather in the regional, so the byproduct of that is he only threw 45 pitches, and then I think it was the ACC tournament we felt like he needed a little bit of a breather, and we wanted to shorten it up a little bit, so that was a relief outing. But I actually think he's fresh and really looks good, and I like the he was a little upset there, and I kind of like the fire, so that's good, man. He's competing, and their arms are a lot of arm talent. Like, the stuff they run out there is exceptional, and Joey's matching it, and this is a good game, man. That's a good team on the other side, and we got a long way to go.
Link, do you see a lot of similarities between your 2 clubs out here?
I do. On paper, you see it, and then as you watch the teams play, you see it. Obviously, their lineup's a little more right-handed heavy, but aggressive, physical, capable, you know, a lot of different options on the mound. So yeah, you know, I do see some similarities. And this, diving into this, like you only had the kind of the back half of the week to really get ready for this. And this is not somebody we're used to being matched up with. So, but when you start to break it down, very similar clubs.
Appreciate your time, Link. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Link.
Former outstanding shortstop for Florida State, and the head coach now coming back to his alma mater. And there's some of the similarities. You look at the numbers. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball again from Vellini as he gets Tice Peterson swinging. And the fourth strikeout for Joey Vellini, one gone in the fifth.
Yeah, there's that big, slow breaking ball. Right there, the adjustments. You got to find a way to make it here. Vellini taking a couple miles per hour off that big breaking ball. It's been the pitch for Joey today against these right-handed hitters. It's normally a lot more sliders to righties. It looks like the feel, him and Coach Micah Posey, looks like that's the pitch that they're going to go to.
One out. Here is Cannon Reeder, a strikeout victim in the third for Vellini. A run on 4 hits aside. Last of the fifth, Vellini gets ball 1 down low. But you saw the numbers and how similar, Devin, these two teams are. You look at the home runs, the outstanding starting pitching, how terrific both teams are defensively. And they're pretty close to mirror images of ball clubs hooking up here in the Super Regional. You look at the individual talent, the shortstops, for example. I mean, it goes on and on between these two teams.
Yeah, no question. 98 home runs for Oregon State, 100 for Florida State. Top 25 in almost every pitching category for both of these squads. 982 fielding percentage.
Reeder lays one down. Vellini took too much time to get rid of it. And a bunt hit and a 1-out base runner for Oregon State in the last of the 5th inning.
Yeah, they're similar, but the one thing that definitely stands out that they are not similar in is the fact that this Oregon State team, they will take advantage of a bunt. You see Kyle Fisher playing back right there. These hitters, they're always peeking in. They know a lefty's on the mound. And that's a great idea right there. A little bit of small ball.
Reeder at first, the 9-hitter. Jacob Craig doubled in the third. And he was the hitter that went off the wall and left where Tice Peterson was thrown out on that magnificent relay from Alex Lodice. And speaking of magnificent plays, that was not easy, and Cal Fisher made it look easy. The third baseman for Florida State, 2 outs.
Man, he has the look. He's just a player, man. And the turf, once again, that's a ball that's capped off the end of the bat. And it's spinning like crazy. You see Cal attacks it right from the beginning, and he's under control there. Takes a late spin. But he's got a slow heartbeat, man. He's a heck of an infielder. You think about a third baseman now, but a natural shortstop. It's incredibly tough to make that adjustment. He's done it incredibly quick.
2 outs. Reeder at second. Top of the order, Easton Talt. Fly out and a ground out is 0 for 2. The pitch, and Talt showing bunt, and it's ball 1 on the Beavers right fielder. But getting used to this turf, it's a new surface. That's frankly a new area for Florida State. They never travel up here. They did come out west for a series against Cal in early May in Berkeley. So they have some experience going east to west,
right,
which they're doing this weekend. Bunted at and missed by Talt. It's 1-1, but this surface, and not only that, the adjustment, though, Devin, the pitchers have to make, that's not dirt on the mound. That is field turf, and it's a little different than what Florida State is used to playing on everything.
For sure. Even most turf fields on the East Coast, it's a dirt mound.
Talt pushes a bunt. Charging at second, Drew Ferroas, no play. Bunt hit for Talt. And the Beavs using the small ball for 2 bunt hits at runners in the corners for Iva Arquette.
Yeah, and there you have it. Left on left. Talt. You got a pitcher in Vellini on the mound that falls hard off that third base side. And Talt knows if I just get this bunt down and it gets past the pitcher with my speed, you stand no chance. Once again, guy in scoring position, 2 outs. Second base. You're not ever thinking about a bunt there, but he knows the importance of getting Arquette up to the plate.
There is activity in the bullpen for Florida State as Micah Posey, the pitching coach for the Seminoles, headed toward the mound. And getting loose is John Abraham in the bullpen for Florida State, a right-hander with the right-handed batting Arquette coming up. And It didn't seem, when you and I talked to Link Jarrett yesterday, he wasn't overly concerned with this right-handed dominant lineup from Oregon State because of the way his left-handers work.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, for Vellini, it's the changeup and the ability to locate the fastball in the inner half of the plate to keep them from leaning out over. Obviously, Jamie Arnold, big-time fastball, uses it at the top of the zone. That's not fun for anybody to face. And then Wes Mendez coming off his best outing of the year. The changeup's really coming on. So these lefties all have different ways to match up against these right-handed hitters.
They'll stick with Vellini, with runners in the corners to face Arquette here with 2 outs in a 1-1 ball game.
And always scary. Third time around the order. In Major League Baseball now, and the analytics that have come in the third time around the order, that's normally the time where starting pitchers begin to be pulled from the ball game, but Vellini's been sharp. And Arquette, ground ball to the shortstop today and an infield single. They trust their guy. He's been fantastic all year. I love the move.
Infield hit for Arquette in the 4th, 1 for 2, and he takes strike 1. Arquette hitting .352 overall coming into the ball game. With the 1 for 2, he's up to .354. But he's hitting close to 400, .397 with runners in scoring position. And he waves through a breaking ball and a nasty pitch, and Vellini jumps ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want out of your best players. The big moments. Can they deliver? Can you slow the game down? Near 400 runners in scoring position. It's incredibly tough to do.
Runners in the corners for Oregon State. Vellini, the 2-strike pitch. And that's just inside, trying to dot the fastball. Just a fraction off the inside edge.
Yeah, it's a great idea there. 2 big, slow breaking balls. Fastball in. Looked like Arquette was sitting on that breaking ball. Vellini doesn't get the call.
1 and 2. The pitch. Blocked by the catcher, Hunter Carnes.
Fantastic job right there by Hunter Carnes. Important ball in the dirt there. Vellini, slider. You got to get that left shoulder around the baseball. Now that ball's biting back that way. Textbook.
Reeder at third, Talt at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Iva Arquette at the plate. Vellini the pitch. And he lays off the curve and a full count. So after it was 0-2, the count is run full on Arquette.
Just great play discipline. Ability to slow the game down here. Vellini trying to go for the strikeout. Iva Arquette yet to bite. Runner on first base with 2 outs here is going to be in motion.
Struck him out, and a huge pump of the fist, and Vellini escapes. What a pitch from Joey Vellini. Strands 2, 1-1 to the 6th at Corvallis. All right, Chris, game 1 here in Corvallis of this Super Regional. Tied at 1, Florida State and Oregon State. Middle third of the order for the Seminoles, Miles Bailey, Cal Fisher, Drew Farreau against Nelson Keljo. All right, who you got tonight in that winner-take-all game 3 in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I'm always rolling with the better pitcher, Texas Tech.
You got Texas Tech?
Yep. How about you?
That's the way I would lean too.
Man, it's unbelievable.
She is phenomenal. Transfer from Stanford.
I couldn't bunt the ball back in my heyday. Man.
Miles Bailey struck out twice. He is 0 for 2. And a slider down and away from Keljo. And the shift, which is still legal in college, employed by Oregon State. Defensively, you're not allowed to play this way in the majors.
Not anymore.
The second baseman, Singer, out in shallow right. And Bailey clubs one out toward deep right center. Way back there. And it is gone, and Florida State has the lead. It continues in the postseason for Miles Bailey. 2-1 Seminoles.
Special young man. Gotten better and better and on a heater right now. Now 7 home runs in his last 8 ball games. He's a freshman left-handed hitter who is actually better against left-handed pitching.
Cal Fisher turns one around and a sharp single out toward left center. And Fisher reaches, but one more look at the 18th home run of the season for Miles Bailey.
Boy, oh boy, fastball up in the zone. Keljo trying to go away with that pitch. Runs it on the inner half. And that is the cookie zone for Miles Bailey. Just simple, man. Not a lot of movement. Early leg kick. And you hear it. It's just different.
Here is Drew Farreau, who's walked and grounded out. He scored a run. He'll turn around and bat right-handed for the first time with the lefty Keljo. And a move to first to keep Fisher close.
Oh, yeah. He's my boy.
Miles Bailey, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs at the Tallahassee Regional last weekend. And that's a strike to Farreau. Has 7 home runs in the last 7 games and has homered in 6 of the 7 games.
Unbelievable. It's a good feeling for a hitter.
Reaching for it, fly ball, playable and right for Easton Tull. Over and in, and Tull puts it away with one hand, and Fisher back to first, 1 gone.
Number 5, left fielder Chase Williams.
Here comes Chase Williams, who struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. 2-1 Florida State on the blast off the bat of Bailey to break a 1-1 tie.
Chase's first at bat against Keljo today, a lefty, normally a switch hitter, hitting from the left side only this entire year because of his shoulder.
Missed outside, ball 1. Florida State 10-3 win against Mississippi State last Saturday when Bailey hit a grand slam in that winner's bracket game against Mississippi State. And Jamie Arnold struck out 13, went 7 innings. And then in the regional final last Sunday night, 5-2 win for Florida State. Cal Fisher had that big home run, and Max Williams had a huge 2-run single. As Wes Mendez went 8 innings, went a career best. But that was also the game Link Jarrett was thrown out. And it got emotional and heated between the two sides.
Yes, it did. And what a response from this Florida State team in that ball game. You lose your leader, Micah Posey, now elevated to run the entire team. And a great response from FSU.
Mighty cut from Williams, who flailed at that one. And 95 from Keljo, and it's 1-2 on the Florida State left fielder.
Chase struck out today, 2 fastballs. Once again in a 2-strike count. Just was beat with the fastball right there. You know it's in the back of his mind.
Another big swing and a miss, and Williams down on strike. Second strikeout for Keljo. 2 gone with Fisher at first. That'll leave it up to James Hankerson Jr.
Yeah,
and a pinch hitter for Florida State.
Great response by Keljo right here. Back to the fastball again. 3 strikeouts on the day for Chase Williams, all on that fastball elevator.
And the pinch hitter for the Seminoles, this is a right-handed batter to face the lefty Keljo, and it's Brody DeLaMeliere.
Yeah, this is the matchup game that Link Jarrett plays really all throughout the season. It's been DeLaMeliere and Carnes in this DH spot against the lefties.
Strike 1 to DeLaMeliere, hitting .248 and 6 home runs. Fisher leads at first. Pinch hitting in the 6th for the DH as Keljo half-hearted move to first.
Cal Fisher just 1 stolen base on the year.
DeLaMeliere 2 for 6 as a pinch hitter this season. 1 for 6 in the regional last weekend, made 1 start. Pitch, and he was fooled there on a pitch biting down and in. Could not hold up. 96 from Keljo. And DeLaMeliere was a starter consistently probably until the middle of April. And it's been sporadic since.
Yeah, ever since Chase Williams came back, took over that left field spot. This is a power bat. They'll hear for the Knowles, and a wonderful weapon to bring off the bench against lefties.
Fouled away as DeLamielleure originally committed to Link Jarrett at Notre Dame. And then when Jarrett left Notre Dame to come back to Florida State, DeLamielleure switched his commitment from South Bend to Tallahassee.
Hey, roll with this guy. A lot of times when you commit, you're committing to the head coach. Link leaves. DeLamielleure follows.
Swing and a miss. Keljo got him. Third strikeout for Keljo, but Florida State goes back on top, and Miles Bailey goes big fly.
Boy, a freshman, one of the hottest hitters in the entire country. He is absolutely locked in. Left on left, no problem. Knowles, 2-1.
2-1 Florida State as we go to the bottom of the 6th here in game 1 of this Super Regional in Corvallis. And Miles Bailey breaking the 1-1 tie with a long homer to right center. Joey Vellini, 5 innings of 1-run baseball for Florida State, making the start here in game 1. Freshman Whitney struck out 10 for Oregon State. Their lone run coming in the 4th on the RBI double from Wilson Weber. Part of the order for Oregon State in the 6th against Vellini. Gavin Turley, Wilson Weber, Trent Caraway. And Vellini escaped that jam in the 5th with the big strikeout of Iva Arquette. Gavin Turley 0 for 2, and that one dropped low late off the curve.
And back-to-back pressure innings for Vellini. Doing a nice job minimizing damage in the 4th. Escaping last inning in the 5th. 80 pitches coming into this inning, now 81. Knowles sticking with him.
That's a strike to Gavin Turley. The all-time home run and RBI leader in Oregon State history. That's saying something considering the recent success. Guys like Adley Rutschman, Nick Madrigal, KJ Harrison.
Big trash.
I would say Stephen Kwan, but he's not a power hitter. He's just a terrific baseball player.
Man, he is fantastic.
Darwin Barney, you keep going back through the years. And it's 3-1 on Turley. And Jacoby Ellsbury.
They roll him out of here.
Trevor Larnach.
Wow.
And he's got the record. And the 3-1. And that's a strike, top of the zone, and Vellini has run the count full on Gavin Turley.
Yeah, Vellini gets the call there. Home plate umpire. Dave Susi's been very, very committed to this strike zone today. Has not given a lot of pitches on the inner half of the plate to righties. The outer half of the plate has been there all game long.
3-2. And strike 3 called, snaps off the curve, and Turley looking back in disbelief. Big strikeout for Vellini to open up the bottom of the 6th, his 6th punch out.
Once again, same thing. It's a backdoor breaking ball. Drops it in there, the big curveball. That's been the pitch today for Vellini. These right-handed hitters doing a nice job, speeding them up on the inner half of the plate and dropping the big slow breaking ball in. Good start to the inning.
One out here is Wilson Weber, the RBI double in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. Vellini, fastball low. We've seen timely hitting. We've seen tremendous defense and pitching in big spots from both sides. And it's 2-0 on Weber as Vellini falling behind again.
And it's been the freshman for the Knowles. Hunter Carnes, Miles Bailey.
Fouled off by Weber. 2-1 the count of the Beavers cleanup batter and their catcher.
That's a pitch we have not seen a ton today. It's the changeup from Vellini. Third time through the lineup. Changeup B coming into play more. He's got 4 quality pitches.
Popped up a mile high at second base. Drew Farreau taking charge. And he makes a one-handed grab, and there's 2 outs. As we look at the bracket for the Super Regionals, and this is our half with all these game 1s today. And the winner of the Oregon State-Florida State Super Regional will play the Louisville-Miami winner, where the Cardinals winning earlier today over the U to take a 1-0 series lead in Louisville. Once they get to Omaha, the winner of the Louisville Super Regional against the Corvallis. And Auburn, Coastal Carolina still to come later tonight. Their game one as Trent Caraway takes ball one.
It's the best time of the year. Opportunity. Go back to Omaha, Nebraska, College World Series. Dream.
You had memorable trips certainly to Omaha as a player.
Yes, I did. 2 times. Incredible. Played for the legend, Mike Martin.
Chopper charging in a third. Cal Fisher fields quickly, gets rid of it, and guns out Caraway. And Bellini works through a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. On to the 7th, 2-1 Florida State. Game 1, Corvallis Super Regional. An overflow crowd and Florida State leading game 1. And the importance of winning game 1, 79% of the teams that win game 1 go on to win the Super.
Yeah, that momentum late in the season. Get off to a good start with your ace on the mound. It's huge.
9-1-2 for Florida State in the 7th against Nelson Keljo. Hunter Carnes, Gage Harrelson, Alex Lodis. As Carnes an RBI double back in the 2nd. And he takes the ball outside from Keljo. And it was Carnes' double that scored the initial run of the game. He doubled in Drew Farreau. That was with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd. But also on the play was the phenomenal instincts play by Iva Arquette to end that inning, as Oregon State was able to gun down James Hankerson Jr. at the plate to end the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, and stop the bleeding that inning. The little plays in a ball game. You go back, you circle, you say, what if? Iva Arquette just always finds a way to be in the right spot. Mitch Canham told us. I could sit back and watch him play the whole game, and I don't have to look at anything else. And I agree.
Fouled off by Carnes, evens the count 2-2. And then Oregon State tied it, an RBI double by Wilson Weber, scoring Iva Arquette in the last of the 4th. And that was after Florida State returned the favor when the relay from Alex Lodis to the plate threw out Tice Peterson trying to score on a double from Jacob Craig. Line to left in a 2-hit game for Carnes. Takes a wide turn, stumbles a bit around first, goes back. And a leadoff base runner for Florida State, their 7th hit. And they have a start here in the 7th.
Yeah, and a nice piece of 2-strike hitting by Hunter Carnes. I love the no stride with 2 strikes. Just eliminates all that wasted movement, gets the barrel to the baseball, drives it into left field. And the leadoff man on again for Gage Harrelson, who's yet to be retired today.
I know Florida State doesn't bunt much. Is this an opportunity, though, where you would look to advance the runner and play for 1 run to try to get a little insurance run on the board?
You know, it's a great thought, but in the postseason, you never really want to change up what you do as a team. And, you know, all year long, they haven't really bunted much, especially in situations with the guy at first base. So, you know, I think you stick with your approach. You start changing things up that you do. Players start to smell that a little bit and increases that heartbeat a bit.
Tried to bunt. It's strike 1. He's got 2 sacrifice bunts this season. Florida State has just 10.
Yeah, yeah. So if someone's going to do it, it's Gage. Looked like he was trying to take that one with him right there. Just giving him up on a sacrifice bunt, looking to get a bunt hit.
Keljo misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike as Harrelson has walked twice and singled.
This is also just a great sign of respect to Oregon State, right? Understanding the importance of getting a guy into scoring position, knowing how hard that is to do against this tough pitching staff.
And how big 1 run could be in this game. Chopped to second base. A.J. Singer waits on a high bounce, looks at second as no play, and throws out Harrelson. And Carnes gets to second, 1 out. And Alex Lodis coming up for Florida State. NCAA baseball Super Regional coverage continues this weekend across ESPN. ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. For more information, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Alex Lodis 1 for 3, singled in the third. There is an open base at first as Keljo delivers. Ball 1 to Lodis.
Yeah, you got to pitch him smart here. Alex Lodis much better against left-handed pitching. You got a lefty on deck. And Max Williams, who struck out 3 times today. You see that start there, off-speed pitch on the outer half of the plate. Cannot give him any freebies here.
Skied by Lodis behind first, twisting toward the stands. And Jacob Craig has a play. It hung in there, and a slight breeze blowing out toward left may have pushed it back. And Jacob Craig, up against that side fence, made the catch.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that's a great job by Craig over at first base, staying with that ball. Not a ton of room over there. He gets to the wall immediately. From the wall, you can work backwards. Ball starts to drift back. Man, what a big out there against Lodis.
Max Williams 0 for 3. 2 outs, Carnes at second. And it's high to Williams for ball 1. Keljo, the pitch. Check swing, and he went around, tried to hold up at a fastball that ran up and in.
Yeah, just continuing to attack Max Williams with fastballs. He's overzealous right now. A lot of fastballs up in the zone. Mentioned the 3 strikeouts on fastballs, fired up right there.
Ball 2.
Keljo came in the game to face Max Williams in the 5th inning. Struck him out. Chance here, momentum. Oregon State getting late in this ball game.
And it's 3-1, and the problem for Keljo is on deck is Miles Bailey, who homered against Keljo, breaking that 1-1 tie in the 6th.
Yes, he did. That's a great point. A 3-1 count here. You cannot give in late in the ball game. Got to make your best pitch.
Foul back. Full count, 2 away. Hunter Carnes, the runner out there at second base. Nelson Keljo, the pitch. Line the other way, and a base hit for Max Williams. Around third, here comes Carnes. Turley's throw to the plate, not in time. Throw down to first. Williams is out, but the run scores for Florida State. 2-out RBI single. Max Williams then caught too far off second. He is out, but the run scores, and it's 3-1 Florida State as we're stretching in Corvallis.
Yeah, sure is, and that's a big one right there for the Noles. Left on left, Max Williams struck out 3 times today. I don't care, I'm a fighter. I want this at bat. You got to come up with timely hits in the postseason. It's most important in these Noles, and Max Williams deliver again. 3-run ball game.
2-run lead for Florida State. The big 2-out single, and Max Williams then thrown out at first base, stands too far off the bag, but he drives in Hunter Carnes, and it's 3-1 Seminoles to the bottom of the 7th. Joey Vellini continuing on the mound, and he'll face 6, 7, and 8 A.J. Singer, Tice Peterson, Cannon Reeder for Oregon State. Vellini 93 pitches, and it's ball 1 to Singer, who's 0 for 2.
And the back end of this bullpen, Joe Charles is the guy that's emerged last weekend, was fantastic. This Florida State bullpen, 9 scoreless innings pitched in the regional.
Fly ball to left, Williams going back, up against the fence, he leaps, and it's off the wall. That 14-foot high wall in left, and a fly ball that carried, and Singer ends up at second, and the Beavers a leadoff double to open up the home 7th.
Boy, oh boy, you get it up in the air here. You got the wind blowing out to left field. A.J. Singer finds that wind and rides it. Chase Williams with the great effort here. Not quite enough. Here come the Beavs late in the ball game. making some noise.
The wind pushing out to left about 10 to 15 miles an hour. May have helped it carry to the fence out there. It seemed off the bat like a fly ball that Williams was going to have a play on, and it just eluded his reach. Tice Peterson is squaring down 2 runs. Pulls the bat back, and he swings at a breaking ball.
Yeah, a little slash right there. You're going to see Miles Bailey. He's going to creep all the way in. This bunt must be bunted down the third base line. If he does bunt with Miles Bailey creeping in, he's just trying to smack it by him.
0-2, tips the pitch that time into the glove of Hunter Carnes. Tice Peterson, an infield hit back in the third. A.J. Singer at second, and there's a foul at the plate. Singer got it off his front leg, or rather, Peterson got it off his front leg.
And now you see him battling here, guy in second base, no outs. You want to hit the ball to the right side. See Bellini going to that big breaking ball. Incredibly hard to stay back long enough to hit that ball to the right side.
Joey Bellini. The pitch. Called strike 3. 7th strikeout as Bellini snapped the curveball off.
There it is again, the big breaking ball. Over and over and over again when he's needed to make a pitch. He's gone to that breaking ball, starts at a lefty in that box, breaks all the way back, catches a piece. And a big strikeout there for Joey.
1 out, Singer at second. Here is Cannon Rayner, who bunted his way on in the 5th inning. Reeder is 1 for 2. Bellini, the pitch. And that's a strike. Catches the upper inner edge of the plate. Reeder tried to sell it, throwing his hands up into the air, and time is called. And now an offensive conference for Oregon State as you see Mitch Canham come out with Ryan Gibson for Oregon State. And while they meet, we'll get it to Chris Button in the studio. That's all right, Chris. I've been called worse, even today. 0-1 the count on Reeder. It's Florida State, who's been to the Super Regionals more than any other program. Trying to get back to Omaha for a 25th time in the College World Series. And Oregon State hosting a Super for the 8th time. Fouled back by Reeder. And the Beavers, who've won 3 national championships, all in the last 20 years. They've become an elite program. Florida State is a true blue blood in terms of the success they've had over the years. Oregon State's kind of a new blood, right? Because it's been more recent.
Yeah, for sure. 24 appearances for the Noles, no national championships, just 7. Oregon State, and they got 3 of them.
Pat Casey, who engineered those, sitting behind the plate. There he is. The skipper, and Mitch Canham won those back-to-back championship teams in the mid-2000s in 06 and 07. Singer at second. Bellini's pitch, and that's tapped foul at the plate, and Reeder fights it off. Up over 100 pitches now for Joey Bellini. And he has steadied the ship after a rough patch there in the 4th inning. He's found his groove again.
Yeah, he has. I mean, it's a career 105 pitches is the high for Joey. 104 on the way right now, but it's been that big breaking ball.
Got him with the breaking ball. Just falls off the table for Bellini. His 8th strikeout, 2 gone in the last of the 7th.
That's just nasty. That time to the back foot of a right-handed hitter. It's been on the outer half of the plate for the strikeouts for the majority of the day. And that time he goes to the back foot. It's been the slider for the majority of the year. That's been the pitch against right-handed hitters. But him and pitching coach Mike Posey, they talk all the time throughout the game, and they figure out which pitch he has the best feel of, and they've stuck with the curveball today.
2 outs, Singer the runner at second, and a mound visit for Hunter Carnes here. As due up is Jacob Craig, the 9-hitter who doubled back in the 3rd. As the catcher arrives at the hill. We've seen activity. John Abraham was up earlier as the bullpens are tucked behind that left field fence. Both bullpens, Oregon State bullpens toward the left corner, now toward left center is Florida State's. But Joey Vellini has it working today.
Yeah, he sure does. And early on, it was the fastball changeup combo that was working good for him, mixing in sliders. But as this game has gone on, it's been that big breaking ball, changing speeds to it, locating it well, still having the ability to throw enough fastballs to keep them off his breaking stuff. 8 strikeouts today. Much needed.
After the visit from the catcher Carnes, now Micah Posey coming out. And with the way the Florida State dugout is emptying on the first base side, gives you the indication Vellini is done. 104 pitches, 6 2/3, allowing just 1 run to this powerful Oregon State offense to this point. And that will be it. The call to the bullpen as they're ready to greet Joey Vellini with high fives back to the first base dugout. And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, Vellini left it all out there as Florida State going to the bullpen to summon Joe Charles.
It's been the guy. He's emerged as the go-to guy for this Florida State team. The bullpen has been fantastic in the postseason. Joe Charles, 2 outings in that regional. He was incredibly sharp, a guy that battled injuries in the middle of the season, but they're incredibly happy to have him back healthy now.
6 2/3 strong from Vellini. Turns it over to the bullpen to try to get the final 7 outs for Florida State. Charles enters. 3-1 Seminoles, last of the 7th. 3-1 Florida State, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. As the Seminoles took the lead way back in the 2nd, Hunter Carnes, the RBI double. And on this play, Iva Arquette throwing out James Hankerson Jr. at the plate, trying to score the 2nd run after Drew Farreau already came in. And it was 1-0 Seminoles. An answer from Oregon State. And the RBI double from Wilson Weber in the 4th inning. But in the 3rd, the Noles returned the favor, and thrown out of the plate was Tice Peterson by Alex Lodiz. And then Florida State took a 2-1 lead on the homer from Miles Bailey. The hot streak continues. And Max Williams in the top of the 7th, an RBI single that drove in Hunter Carnes. 3-1 Florida State. 2 outs, last of the 7th, and Vellini was terrific. 8 strikeouts, no walks, giving up just the 1 run.
He was fantastic today, and he was exactly what the Noles needed to deliver today. They choose to go with Vellini instead of throwing Jamie Arnold on a day's short rest. And the best outing of the year and the biggest one, no doubt.
Redshirt senior Joe Charles enters 21st appearance for Florida State. And that's ball 1. He was dominant last weekend at the Tallahassee Regional. Last Saturday worked 2 perfect innings with 3 strikeouts against Mississippi State. And then in the regional final on Sunday went an inning with a walk and 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, it's power stuff. Fastball up into the mid-90s. Slider. Go with the changeup he'll use against left-handed hitters.
1-1 on Jacob Craig, who's 1 for 2.
Jacob Craig against right-handed pitching. More success this year. 9 of his 13 home runs. Noles going with the righty here against him.
Craig swings in a fly ball center field. Max Williams has room, makes the catch, reaching the rim of the warning track, and Oregon State is gone in the 7th. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 8th. The Noles up 3-1. 3-1 Florida State in game 1 in Corvallis. Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you on a gorgeous Friday afternoon in the Pacific Northwest, turning into evening. Florida State single runs in the 6th and 7th, breaking the 1-1 tie. The homer from Bailey, the RBI single from Max Williams. As Miles Bailey leads off the 8th for the Seminoles. First pitch, fly ball. Backing up in center, Cannon Reeder settles under it. And he makes a one-handed catch to take care of Bailey, 1 out.
He had a good start there from Keljo. Miles Bailey hit a fastball out last at bat, tried to jump him there. Just missed it.
Here comes Cal Fisher, who's 1 for 3. As Keljo entered in the 5th. He has gone 2 2/3 to this point after Dax Whitney, the freshman, started for Oregon State. Now a mound visit for the catcher Weber. An interesting time for a visit, Devin, considering 1 pitch, 1 out, he got Bailey.
Yeah, not too sure here. Maybe just someone down in the pen starting to move around.
The importance of winning game 1. We've highlighted this format was adapted in 1999. 79% of the teams that win game 1 win the Super. And if you're Link Jarrett in Florida State, if you win game 1, you're feeling really good about things because you've got Jamie Arnold lined up to go tomorrow.
Yes, you do, and potential #1 overall pick in this upcoming draft. 119 pitches last week on Saturday. They save him. Give him his full week's rest. Florida State, they're able to steal this one here in Corvallis. Boy, oh boy, big advantage for the Noles.
Pitching change for Oregon State. Keljo is done after 2 2/3 innings. And with the right-handed batting Fisher looming for Florida State, the Beavers will summon a right-handed pitcher to come in here. Keljo throws 36 pitches in his 2 2/3. And Oregon State, a pitching change, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. And Keljo gets a nice hand for this overflow crowd of 4,000 plus. And Florida State a 3-1 lead here in game 1. And our game track and Joey Vellini, 6 2/3 strong innings for Florida State, limiting this powerful Oregon State offense to just 1 run, struck out 8. Miles Bailey continues his onslaught, another homer for the Florida State freshman first baseman.
Yeah, he's been incredibly hot. The Beavs going to A.J. Hutchison, junior, side armor. Fastball 88 to 91. Sweeping slider, incredibly tough on right-handed hitters. Be able to hang in there long enough.
Numbers for Hutchison on the year. Keljo goes 2 2/3, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 3. And Hutchison facing Cal Fisher, who singled in the 6th. Florida State third baseman, 1 for 3. Hutchison slings it in there for strike 1.
Nasty.
That frisbee.
Oh, for my life against anybody.
You didn't like
oh,
sidewinders,
baby. Darren O'Day.
In there from Hutchison. (0-2) on Fisher. The pitch just missed off the outside.
Trying to steal fastball away right there. It's incredibly big at bat. Very tough on right-handed hitters are these sidearm guys, but you got 2 lefties coming up behind them. Drew Farrow and Chase Williams.
Swing and a miss, tied him up. He gets the strikeout. 2 outs in the 8th.
Yeah, I know that swing all too well against these guys. It's just so incredibly hard to pick up. You're in a constant yo-yo between fastball and that sweeping slider, and he goes to the fastball there, just ties him up. Good start for Hutchison.
Here is Drew Farrow, walked and scored back in the 2nd. And the Florida State second baseman 0 for 2. Sunsplash Friday late afternoon as Farrow fouls it away. 4,378 the official attendance. Just short of the ballpark record which they eclipsed last weekend. The Monday win against USC as Farrow hits it sharply foul past third.
This is one of the best atmospheres I've been in college baseball, man. These fans are incredible. They're up every pitch.
Every seat is right on top of the field.
Love it.
Even the outfield bleachers. It is an intimate setting and it's full in Corvallis. Line foul the other way.
It goes over the top there with 94.
How about that?
Man.
I don't want to say that's a wrinkle because it's 94, but
Wow.
you're coming from down under and then up top, and you've got 94 in your arsenal.
Incredible.
Off the outside. Weber tried to bring it back, 1-2.
And he does a really nice job behind the plate, working outside that ball. Important that your glove is moving back toward the strike zone. Catch framing, a big part of what teams are looking for today, stealing those strikes.
The pitch, way outside. And you mentioned Weber. It's interesting to note. Weber's here, the catcher, and he shared time behind the plate last year for Oregon State with Tanner Smith, who's now the backstop for Miami in a super regional at Louisville.
Wow. It worked out for both.
An embarrassment of riches at catcher last year for catcher Mitch Canham. Farrow gets into one. Deep right center field. Back, and it is off the wall. The Karam chasing after it. Easton Talt, the right fielder, gets to it. And that's just off the top of the fence to the right at dead center. And Drew Farrow with a double.
Well, that's the blessing of being a switch hitter. You get to face these guys that drop down, and it's a drain for a lefty. They see the ball incredibly well up in the zone right there. Drew Farrow thought he got enough. Ballpark held it. But that's a sweet swinging lefty right there.
A 7-foot-high wall, and it's 400 to straightaway center in Corvallis. 2-out double, Farrow at second, and Chase Williams has struck out 3 times. 0 for 3 for the Florida State left fielder. And time is called. And they're putting Williams on here. So they're going to intentionally walk Chase Williams and take their chances with Brody DeLamielleure.
I couldn't agree more with that move. It's just so tough on right-handed hitters. It's a dream for lefties. And you play the matchup game here. It's a good call.
DeLamielleure pinch hit and struck out in the 6th. 2 on, 2 out for the Seminoles. And in case you're wondering, you're an old-time NFL fan, the last name DeLamielleure. Yep. He is related to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 6-time Pro Bowler Joe DeLamielleure.
I did not know that.
That's ball 1. Played with the Bills and the Browns. It's part of the electric company, the offensive line for O.J. Simpson in Buffalo.
Wow. Good blood.
That's a strike 2, DeLamielleure. 1-1.
Let's go, Beavs, let's go.
In the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2007. Ground ball right side and through for Brody DeLamielleure. Around third, here comes Farrow. Throw goes to third to try to get Williams. He is out, and the run will count. Out at the with the throw to third by Easton Talt, but the run scores for Florida State, and another 2-out RBI, but running into another out. 4-1 Seminoles.
Man, oh man, this is why at second base you never, ever, ever take a play for granted. Sure, you're going to score easily, but you better run hard in an absolute dart to third base to get Chase Williams. But Farrow, give him a ton of credit. Ran hard, touched home plate just in time. Knowles get another one.
Shocking in Oklahoma City, Chris.
That was
How about
fast.
that? Yeah. That escalated quickly. Easton Talt takes ball 1. Top of the order for Oregon State in the home 8. Iva Arquette, Gavin Turley to follow against Joe Charles, and now a 4-1 lead for Florida State. And the 2-out hits of the story offensively. 2-0 on Talt.
Yeah, 3 2-out RBIs for the Noles today. Oregon State is 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, 1 for 8 with 2 outs. This feels like the inning for the Beavs, top of the order.
Talt looks at a strike from Charles. It's 2-1. Single runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th have Florida State in front. Talt fouls it straight back. And it's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Talt, leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Against the transfer from North Carolina. As Charles was there as a freshman, then moved down to Florida State. Only appeared in 3 games as a freshman for the Tar Heels. That one's grounded foul by Talt over near the Florida State dugout. The season was cut short his freshman year because of the pandemic. Didn't pitch in 2021 because of a lower body injury, and then moved along to Tallahassee. The pitch, swing and a ball hooked down the right field line, foul. Talt just out in front. And it just wouldn't hang in there for Easton Talt. He'll come back to home plate.
Yeah, just foul by a few feet, and a breaking ball up in the zone. Joe Charles. Talt looking to take advantage of it. Reset here. Focus back in the middle of the field. This is a fun guy to watch play, man. Sees a lot of pitches. Grinds out at bats. He's excellent with 2 strikes. And Beavs need him more than ever. Get this inning going for the heart of this lineup.
2-2. The pitch. Fouled off again. I say this in a flattering manner for Talt. He's a pest.
He is. He is. And he's great to have at the top of a lineup. He sees so many pitches, and you got Arquette on deck, sitting there with the front row seat. He's now had the ability to see all the pitches that Joe Charles offers.
Again, the 2-2 to Talt. Fouled straight back.
It's just so frustrating for the pitcher. And every single pitch that you foul off, the pitcher, he's upset. You're seeing more pitches, and the advantage starts to lean in your way as a hitter.
Did you thrive off that when you were getting a pitcher frustrated in a situation like this?
Oh, anytime a 5'8" guy with cleats on can frustrate somebody on a baseball field, you better believe it.
Again, the pitch to Talt. Swinging a ball, popped up. Charles will win the battle as Lodis backpedaling. Drifting with it, Lodis puts it away. Out number 1. Look at the bracket for this side of the Super Regionals. And starting shortly on the Plains, Coastal Carolina and Auburn, game 1. Earlier today, North Carolina, an 18-run onslaught in game 1 in Chapel Hill. And then Louisville beating Miami in an all-ACC battle. 8-1, taking game 1 in Louisville. Here is Iva Arquette, 1 for 3 with a run. Strike 1 from Charles. Boy, the ACC feeling pretty good about things. The way this season has played out for that conference, 5 of the 9 teams are still left into the Super Regional round.
It's been a good year for him. The conference keeps getting better and better.
They're now, even with the win and a loss with that game in Louisville because Miami lost, 24-11 in this tournament.
Wow.
The ACC. Fooled Iva Arquette. And with the 5 teams through to the Supers, ties the record for the ACC of the most teams advancing out of regional round to Super Regional play.
Yeah, over on the East Coast, there's a big fight. ACC and the SEC and the ACC is on a roll this year.
Arquette chases the pitch and a big pump with a fist. Joe Charles gets the dangerous Iva Arquette 2 gone.
Yeah, he's fired up, and rightfully so. He goes to the slider. Again, Iva Arquette on this season, 8 home runs against the slider. It's tied for the Division I lead, all of college baseball, and he gets them right there. That tells you how good Joe Charles' slider is working today.
2 outs for Gavin Turley, who's 0 for 3. And they need to remind you that the West Coast is also represented now in the ACC.
Sorry, West Coast. I'm new to this area.
Which is still bizarre. Want to know the count on Turley.
It's pretty bizarre.
Come on, Gavo! See your pitch, Gavo!
Joe Charles retired all 3 batters since coming in. That one's grounded sharply foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 3-hitter, Gavin Turley for Oregon State. Charles, the pitch. Nasty slider for strike 2.
He's feeling it. This Florida State bullpen. 9 scoreless innings coming into this game in the postseason is the question mark. Starting pitching's been electric all year long. Can the bullpen deliver?
And it's been this season for Florida State at times a struggle for the bullpen. You look at the numbers during the regular season, an ERA up near 6 and a whip of over 1.5, but how good their bullpen has been in the NCAA tournament.
Yes, without question.
Charles, strike 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Beavers. And Charles with a couple of strikeouts and a dominant inning and a third as we go to the 9th. 9-1-2 for Florida State against A.J. Hutchison. Florida State, the add-on runs and the clutch 2-out hitting. And Hunter Karn's been a big part of the Florida State offense today.
Yes, he has. And he's the guy that got these guys going early on in this ball game, delivering a double off the right center field wall. And you get to the postseason, you can throw out all the stats and everything that happened. Florida State's bullpen so far has been proving that in the postseason. But it's the timely hitting, and it's coming up with those clutch hits at the biggest moments. Florida State's done that today.
Routine in center as Hunter Karn sends one out to Cannon Reeder. And there's 1 gone here in the top of the 9th. And Florida State, when they lead after 8, in as much as their bullpen has been an issue for them, they are 31-0 when leading after 8. And they have a 3-run lead here in the 9th. And Oregon State has not come back when trailing after 8 this season.
Yeah, I mean, coming up with the last 3 outs of the game, those are the hardest 3 outs to get in the game of baseball, but the bullpen delivers in those moments.
On the ground, post play at first, the stretch by Jacob Craig, and Iva Arquette gets the out at first to take care of Gage Harrelson, 2 gone. And that'll bring up the ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis, and I should correct myself, they're 0-12 at home.
Just getting the speedy Harrelson down the line. Arquette staying with it. He just makes the game look easy. Nothing ever looks fast. It looks like he plays in slow motion. That's a special guy right there, man. He's played this game a long time.
Alex Lodis singled in the 3rd, and he grounds that one foul. He's 1 for 4. You're looking toward the bottom of the 9th. Middle 3rd of the order, 4, 5, and 6 for Oregon State. Wilson Weber, Trent Caraway, and A.J. Singer to try to get something going for Mitch Canham and the Beavers. Called strike, and it's 0-2 on Lodis.
Come on, Beavers, let's go!
By the way, how about our guys and gals there right near the Pac-12 logo? See all the cans? I hope they're walking home. They know how to have a good time.
Yes, they do. That's fantastic.
Look at that. That's some serious work.
Yes.
The 1-2. Lodis fights it off. Got jammed in on his hands. And we'll do it again. And that's not the first time I've seen that with them. They get after it pretty good.
I'd like to hang out with them. My kind of people.
1-2. The pitch to Lodis. Swing and a miss. Hutchison elevates, gets the strikeout, and the side is retired. Florida State carries a 3-run lead to the bottom of the 9th as they try to take game 1. 4-1 the Seminoles lead here in game 1 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Link Jarrett and the Noles trying to go up 1-zip in this best-of-3 Super Regional. Outstanding pitching from Joey Vellini, who started the timely hitting. Miles Bailey breaking a 1-1 tie with a homer in the 6th. Single runs for the Seminoles in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Oregon State is just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, 2-out hitting. Runners in scoring position been the difference today. 3 outs to go. Oregon State offense, 4, 5, 6 coming up. Happens 1 pitch at a time.
Wilson Weber, an RBI double in the 4th. And he fouls the first pitch back. Joe Charles has retired all 4 Beaver batters since coming in with 2 strikeouts.
And he's been in the strike zone, just attacking from pitch 1. Slider's been the pitch he's gone too late, but working ahead, big time key.
Line drive and a start for Oregon State in the 9th. Gets past the sliding Williams all the way to the wall. And picking it up and firing it in, Max Williams, the center fielder, as Chase Williams went to slide and cut it off, and it got past him.
Well, that's how it starts right there for the Beavs. Get this place fired up in Corvallis. Ball hit sharply in the left center field gap. Chase Williams just slides, sneaks by him. Out of the box hard the whole way. Happens 1 pitch at a time. And this Beaver offense, tell you what, this place is electric right now. 3 big outs to go.
They're calling it a double as Williams tried to slide and cut it off. Weber at second, Trent Caraway 0 for 3, and it's a strike from Joe Charles. Oh and 1 on Caraway, the most outstanding player of the Corvallis Regional last weekend. Charles, the 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, and Caraway fooled.
Sticking with the slider there, back to back. Goes much better location. And the double to Weber, 0-2 count here.
Short lead for Weber. His run doesn't mean anything. It's ball 1 to Caraway. The goal for Oregon State is to get the tying run to the plate.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they got the guy at the plate, hottest hitter in this lineup. A lot of breaking balls. Oregon State today, do they start to sell out to that breaking ball late in the ball game here?
Lays off the slider. 2-2 on Caraway.
Right here, TC, right here. Come on, Trey.
Joe Charles. The pitch. Strike 3 called. And Caraway is gone looking.
Joe Charles once again going to the slider. That's a tough one right there. Caraway looks like he was looking for that pitch. It starts on the outer half of the plate, breaks a bit. Got to credit Hunter Carnes behind the plate, bringing it back. That's a tough strike 3 call right there.
Ball 1 to A.J. Singer, who doubled in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. That's the 6th called 3rd strike for Oregon State hitters today.
Man.
Called strike to Singer evens the count. Game 2 will be tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And the anticipation is Florida State will have Jamie Arnold, their ace, on the mound. Did he go? Yes, he went around on appeal. Says Brian Marine, our first base umpire. 1-2 on A.J. Singer.
Continuing to go to that hard slider there. He's mixed in a couple curveballs today in the upper 70s. And the slider. Swing and miss pitch today.
Just missed off the outside. Went with the fastball, tried to sneak it by him.
Yeah. Ton of breaking balls today from Joe Charles. Sneak that fastball back door. Doesn't get the call.
Singer, ground ball toward the hole. Lodis gets in front of it. Throws to first. Singer is out. Weber stays at second base, and there's 2 gone in the 9th. And Tice Peterson coming up for Oregon State. And they're going to bring him back and send up a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Bryce Hubbard hitting for Oregon State.
Opportunity to bring in a lefty here against Joe Charles. Power hitting bat, ton of juice, controls the strike zone extremely well. You mentioned the goal here is to get the tying runner to home plate.
Oregon State, batting for Tice Peterson, number 14.
Bryce Hubbard gets a call.
Hubbard.
Pinch hitting with 2 outs in the ninth. And a runner at second base for Oregon State. Just 2-11 for Hubbard. 19 at bats for Hubbard this year. He's just trying to reach any way he can. And he fouls it back, and it's 0-1.
Ready to go from pitch one. Exactly what you want out of a pinch hitter. You got to be up there hunting.
One strike pitch, and Hubbard lays off. It's outside. 1-1 on Hubbard. He's bounced around to a few stops in his college career. The junior, he's from Norcross, Georgia. 1 year at Mississippi State, then last year he played at Northwest Florida State College. And he takes ball 2.
Those are two very good takes right there. Started him with the fastball, went to the curveball, pitch 2, slider misses there up in the zone. 2-1 count. Bryce Hubbard.
Check swing, it's ball 3. On appeal, no. Didn't go. Charles, the pitch. And it's ball 4, and Oregon State will get the tying run to the plate. The pinch hit appearance in Hubbard draws a walk, and Hubbard heads down to first base. And Oregon State will use another pinch hitter to bat for Cannon Reeder here.
Once again, another lefty. Charles, ton of right-handed hitters in this lineup. Not having too much success. You go to the left-handed bat, a little bit of a wrinkle, make them think about something new. Here go the Beavs doing it again.
Dallas Macias will pinch hit. Micah Posey, the pitching coach, out to the mound for Florida State. And if you're wondering, Posey, the connection with Florida, no relation to Buster. But a mound visit, 2 on, 2 out, 4-1 Florida State, bottom of the ninth. But first, we go to the studio and Chris Button. So Chris, Joe Charles trying to get the final out here. He entered the ball game in the 8th. And the pinch hitter Macias, just 154 this year. He has 2 home runs, but he is 3 for 7 as a pinch hitter. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the ninth. Macias, the junior from Parker, Colorado. Weber at second, Hubbard at first. Charles, and it's strike 1 to the outside edge.
Gets the call on that one again. Borderline at best. Joe Charles works ahead.
Good block by the catcher Carnes. I would say the dirt, but it's field turf, so with the area that would be the dirt around home plate.
Yeah. And Dallas was in that dugout, seeing a lot of breaking balls come. These hitters today, is he selling out for it?
Macias, line drive, base hit to right. Gage Harrelson fields. They're going to hold the runner at third. As Weber stays there, up to second goes Hubbard. And a sharp single for Macias to load the bases for Jacob Craig. No need to bring that run in. That run doesn't matter.
Boy, oh boy, here come the Beavs. How about that piece of hitting right there? Up in the zone, pinch hitter right out of the dugout. Ready to hit from pitch 1. Beavs, winning run, up to the plate.
Jacob Craig, the batter. He doubled back in the third. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon. Gets away from the catcher Carnes, and a wild pitch brings in a run. Now the tying run out there at second base in scoring position with 2 outs. 4-2 Florida State.
And this crowd is feeling it. Joe Charles right there, just going to that breaking ball again. Hunter Carnes trying to do a nice job of getting out there, but just too far.
1-0 on Craig. A base hit could tie the game. Strike 1. Again with that breaking ball.
Yep, slider right there, sharp, better location. Pitches have been up in the zone. That breaking ball, last couple hitters. And he find a way to drive it down. And these Beaver hitters, you know they are hunting up in the zone.
1-2 as Oregon State down to their last strike. Craig this season 10 for 15 with a runner at third and 2 outs.
Like those odds.
But in a hole, Charles, the pitch, and it's backhanded by the catcher, Hunter Carnes.
And a great job there. Ball gets by him again, run scores. That slider going to it a lot, would have brought it into play if it gets away from Carnes.
Great theater in Corvallis. Line drive to left. That's a hit over toward the line. And Oregon State will tie the game. Jacob Craig, a 2-run single with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 9th, and we're knotted at 4.
Clutch, baby, clutch, baby, clutch. How about that piece of hitting right there from Craig? A lot of breaking balls. He gets one on the inner half of the plate, up in the zone just enough. He said 10 for 15, guys on third base with 2 outs, making 11 for 16. And we got a new ball game in Corvallis.
Enormous 2-run single. Again, proof that the 27th out is the hardest to get in the game.
Yes, sir, it is. How about that?
3 runs, all coming with 2 outs. This inning started with a double to left center by Wilson Weber. As Chase Williams tried to slide into the alleyway to cut it off, it got by him, allowing Weber to get to second. Then after a strikeout and a ground out, pinch hitter Bryce Hubbard drew a walk. Then pinch hitter Dallas Macias singled to right to load the bases with 2 down. With Craig at the plate, Joe Charles throws a wild pitch to make it 4-2. Then with 2 strikes, Craig singles to left, and it's a 4-4 ball game. And the winning run is Craig at first.
Yes, sir, it is. Coach Mitch Canham, he has pressed all the right buttons this inning.
Easton Tull, top of the order. And it's ball 1. Tull, a bunt hit in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 4. Everybody's standing in Corvallis. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Harrelson back at the track, halfway onto the track, puts it away. And we're going to extras in game 1. Tull just missed.
Yes, he did.
4-4 to the 10th. Well, the crowd's certainly enjoying the rally by Oregon State in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 3 with 2 outs. And it's 4-4 to the 10th. And you think they're having fun in that third base dugout right now?
Yes, they are. All the momentum with Oregon State here in Corvallis. Wow, what a comeback. 2 outs. Talked about it. Florida State, 2-out hitting today. It's been the story for them with the 4-run lead heading into the bottom of the 9th. And Oregon State says, well, yeah, I like that, but here we come. 3 2-out RBIs for them.
4-4 to the 10th. Heart of the order coming up for the Seminoles. And a new pitcher, the 4th, used by Mitch Canham. It is the junior righty. Kellen Oates takes over after A.J. Hutchison works an inning and 2/3. And there are the numbers for Oates so far this season.
Yeah, mainly a 2-pitch mix, fastball into the mid-90s, slider. Absolutely filthy, 39% swing and miss. He'll mix in a changeup every now and then to left-handed hitters, but he's a guy with power stuff. New ball game, Corvallis.
Max Williams, an RBI single in the 7th, 1 for 4. And Pat Casey's looking on. Yeah, I've seen comebacks like that before. Remember when they beat Arkansas back in 2018? They rallied their last at bat to win the national championship. First pitch fouled away by Max Williams.
Can the Noles respond?
Oaks pitched twice in the regional last weekend. And it's 1-1 on Williams. Pitched on Monday in the regional final. Went an inning and 2/3 and got the win out of the bullpen against USC with 4 strikeouts. In the air, left center field. Playable for the new center fielder is Dallas Macias roaming over. And he makes the catch, out number 1 in the 10th.
And a good start there from Kellen Oaks. Big fastball, sinking action to the arm side. Can cut a bit to the glove side. He's attacking.
Here comes the dangerous freshman for Florida State, Miles Bailey. Homered back in the 6th. 1 out, top of the 10th. The pitch. Bailey in the air, right center field, hustling over. Easton Talt on the move. Is able to track it down. There's 2 gone. Bailey just missed that one.
Just missed. Got in on the handle just enough to keep that ball in the yard.
Now it'll be up to Cal Fisher for the Seminoles. Singled in the 6th. Fisher is 1 for 4. Four runs, 10 hits, no errors for Florida State.
What a ball game.
4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Oregon State. We're in the 10th. And we talked about it with Link Jarrett back in the 5th inning.
Are they similar? Are you guys similar?
How evenly matched and similar these 2 programs are right now.
Right.
Now, we didn't see a 3-run rally with 2 outs in the 9th to tie it as Fisher taps it foul. But here we are in extra innings in game 1. No one has left Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Warm Friday afternoon turning into evening in the Pacific Northwest, where it's around 6:20 p.m. local time. And a game that's over 3 hours old, but it has been high drama from the outset. Fisher, line drive into center and a single, and he barks something into his dugout to get the guys going, and Cal Fisher with a solid line drive in his 2nd hit.
They're trying to pump his dugout. Up right there, a beautiful piece of hitting. Fastball right back up the box. Little reminder to his dugout, hey, we're the Seminoles, let's go. Keep fighting. Turning the page for Drew Farrell.
And Farrell doubled and scored in the 8th. He is 1 for 3. He scored 2 runs today. Also walked back in the 2nd. First team all ACC and a move to first, and Fisher, who had a very short lead. And Farrell had that one stretch in early May in 3 straight games against Clemson, Jacksonville, and Cal. He went 12 for 12 with 5 home runs. A Florida State record for hits and at-bats. Consecutive at-bats, but a weak grounder right side. Backhanded Jacob Craig. Underhands, Oaks tries to find the bag, and he does, and out at first base. It's Drew Farrell. The struggle was real for Kellen Oaks, but he found first base.
Yes, he sure did. That's an incredible play. Sees the big chopper, goes to get it. And that's just wonderful communication. PFP, you better believe the Oregon State Beavs work on it. Bottom of the 10th we go.
Well, we're in the bottom of the 10th now, and here's why we're going extras. The rally by Oregon State in the bottom of the 9th that started with Wilson Weber's double.
Yeah, that's how it starts, 1 pitch at a time.
Then a walk to Bryce Hubbard. The pinch hit single by Dallas Macias. The wild pitch made it 4-2. And then Jacob Craig coming up with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and the 2-run single tied the game.
Timely hitting, you got to have it late in the ball game. 1 out to go for the Noles to seal the victory. Jacob Craig said, deliver.
3 runs on 2 hits as they found a way to tie it. Mitch Cannon's team in the bottom of the 9th. And even the fly out for the 3rd out, Easton Talt hit it to the warning track.
Loud.
Here's a look at this half of the bracket. North Carolina, Louisville already winning. Auburn just getting going with Coastal Carolina. And the new pitcher in the bottom of the 10th for Link Jarrett in Florida State. John Abraham comes in after 2 1/3 from Joe Charles.
Yeah, guy with really good stuff. Big time fastball up in the zone is where he gets his swing and miss. Nasty breaking ball. Hard, sharp breaking, late break. Mixing a change up to lefties as well. He's got his hands full right out of the gate.
Command has been an issue for Abraham. 23 walks and 32 2/3. But 4-0 with a save and the 4.41 ERA. And it'll be Arquette, Turley, Weber, 2, 3, and 4 for Oregon State. Iva Arquette singled and scored back in the 4th. He is 1 for 4. Abraham, and it's ball 1. Abraham worked once in the regionals last Friday against Bethune-Cookman. Line drive, and the winning run is on for Oregon State. Caught off on a backhand, now it gets past Chase Williams. And Arquette ends up at second base to lead off the bottom of the 10th.
You just feel like you can't go a whole ball game without Iva Arquette making a statement. Hanging breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. Iva Arquette makes him pay. He's thinking 2 out of the box the entire time. Chase Williams tries to cut it off. Not quite able to do it. It's not a guy that ends up playing with a ton of energy too often in the sense of what he shows, but right there he's fired up, and rightfully so.
The winning run at second. Gavin Turley is 0 for 4, has struck out looking each of his last 3 at-bats. Does he dare bunt with the winning run at second base? No sign of a bunt there. He is the all-time home run leader in Oregon State history, but you're playing for 1.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, they trust their guy at the plate right now. Ton of success throughout his career, big hit after big hit. He understands the mission right now. He's looking to drive something deep into the outfield or to the right side of the field.
1 strike pitch. Low and away, backhanded by Carnes. In case you are wondering, Gavin Turley does not have a sacrifice bunt this year. But that is part of the offense, what Oregon State does.
Yes, it is.
They will play small ball. Arquette at second base. Abraham. On the ground. Sliding stop at short. Lodis holds on to it. And there's runners in the corners with nobody out, an infield hit. Lodis saved the winning run for the time being. That gets past him, the ball game is over.
What a play out at shortstop by Alex Lodis. That's a cue ball. 80 miles per hour or so off the bat. But Lodis understanding, I got to keep this ball in the infield. And he does. Big time play right there. Still tie ball game. We're going to see the Noles bring the infield in here.
Link Jarrett coming out to talk to plate umpire Dave Susi. The infield forced to come in for Florida State, and you got to bring the outfield in as well.
Yes, you do. How about that base run in there as well from Iva Arquette? Sees that ball, it's hit right at him. Makes a good read, gets to third base.
Mound visit for Micah Posey, the pitching coach for Florida State. 4-4, nobody out, bottom of the 10th. And the winning run is Iva Arquette at third. Gavin Turley is on first base. And Wilson Weber, the cleanup batter for Oregon State, will hit. Florida State had this one in control. Up 4-1 to the bottom of the ninth. And Oregon State scored 3 to tie it with 2 outs.
Yep, 1 out to go. We give so much credit to the Beavs. They just kept fighting to the very last out of the inning. Found a way to tie the ball game in the ninth, and here they are, first and third, no outs.
And they're going to put Wilson Weber on. An intentional walk, there was an open base, it's at second. Again, the other 2 runners behind Arquette don't mean a thing. Arquette's the guy and the hitter of the plate.
Yes, gives you the ability to have a force out at every single base.
Trent Caraway will be the batter. He is 0 for 4 today. A couple of ground outs, a fly out, and a strikeout looking. Outfield has come in, as you see. The infield forced to play in as well. Nobody out. Bases full for Oregon State, bottom of the 10th. The hero from last weekend, Caraway at the plate for the Beavers. And it's ball 1.
You're going to walk it in, Johnny. You're going to walk it in, John.
Oregon State trying to finish off an improbable comeback here in game 1. Check swing tapper in front of the plate. Picked up by Carnes, covers the plate and tags the plate with his glove for the out. And that was a huge play for Florida State.
Absolutely incredible play right there by Hunter Carnes. Like a cat, hops up from the crouch. He does not go and get this baseball immediately. I thought this run's going to score here, but he does. Great decision, great play. Now a double play ball. Gives you an opportunity for the Noles to get out of this inning.
And the calmness for Carnes to make the play. 1 out, Singer, the bases loaded for Oregon State. John Abraham. In the air, center field, that'll win it for the Beavers. Oregon State has walked off Florida State to take game 1. The Beavers made it tough on themselves last week, having to come through the loser's bracket to win the Corvallis Regional. They made it tough on themselves today. But as Mitch Canham told us, Devin, yesterday, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yep, and it just looks to be that way. Is this the year of the Beavs? Again, a team that just kept fighting.
Take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance and the Oregon State comeback to win it in 10. And the game-winning hit from A.J. Singer with 1 out of the bottom of the 10th, driving in Gavin Turley with the winning run.
How about these Beavers, man? 1 out to go in this ball game. Never stop fighting. The hardest out to get in the game of baseball is the very last out. And these Beavers, they just kept coming.
The elation for Oregon State and the shock and frustration on the other side for Florida State. As we look at the bracket for the Super Regionals, and the Beavers take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 as they win it in 10, and just going Auburn and Coastal Carolina. But if you're Florida State, you're still feeling pretty good. I know you had game 1 there for the taking. You have Jamie Arnold going tomorrow.
Yes, you do. It was an absolute stunner for the Florida State Seminoles, but they do have Jamie Arnold rolling tomorrow.
The final in 10, 5-4 Oregon State for Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein, so long for Corvallis. We go to the Plains in Auburn. Here's Roy Philpott.